Cast episode 12
Oh, are
today.
you live?
I am live. Yeah, I just
Oh
hopped on.
shit! Oh fuck!
Sir, watch your language. Today's
I mean,
episode, where
F,
we talk about.
S.
On today's episode, we talk about boundaries and interspecies erotica.
Exactly.
So where should that
that's a real
interspecies
term.
erotica have those boundaries? I mean, because clearly anybody having sex with you is having sex with an animal, and that's illegal. So
Look,
people shouldn't really be having sex with you.
let me tell you a few things about that. First of all, it's not weird.
It is
It's not.
weird. It is weird.
No, you're fucking weird. Then
It's weird. It's
It's
weird. It's weird.
you're fucking weird if you think it's weird. But
Hey.
you know what? It's fine. No.
Hey.
No. No.
I know I'm weird.
No, I
I'm weird.
understand.
I'm weird.
Understand.
Let me
Look,
talk.
okay, anyway.
Let me talk.
Then go. Then go. No. Say your shit. Go ahead.
You're weird. That's it. That's all I want to say. You're fucking weird. No, I'm kidding. Anyways,
So what's up, y'all?
what's going on? How's everybody doing today?
God damn it. Oh, that was creepy. Anyways,
Creepy.
I mean,
You know what else is creepy?
Yes.
Your face.
Only
Oh. Nobody saw
when I
that
look
coming.
at certain people. Only
When you look in the mirror.
Through the
Only when you look in
bushes,
the mirror. Oh.
hidden with a hoodie and a trench coat, and they don't know what's in the trench coat. They don't know, but you know what? They should still feel safe because I sent them like 20 pictures of my dick.
I mean, it's very miniature anyway, so
Yeah, no, it's not threatening at all. I mean,
it's
why are they scared?
it's the size of a toenail clipping, the baby toenail clipping.
Yeah, so they shouldn't be like threatened by it, right?
Nah, nobody should be.
No,
I
so
mean,
I don't know why they
th-
scream.
I don't even
pull a
think that.
knife on them.
I don't even think that thing penetrates.
No, yeah, and I don't know why they're screaming the whole time. It's like, no. Okay, we gotta stop. This joke's okay. Joke's over.
Yeah,
Podcast.
joke.
No.
Anyways, welcome to the next episode of the Doo Cast, episode 12. Let's go and backtrack.
We're missing our boy Ricky. You know what? He's
Yeah,
eating from the anime food truck, and
Yeah,
you know what?
yeah.
I don't blame him because I would want to if it was called an anime food truck.
You know what? That weeaboo is doing his thing. That's all. We gotta respect it.
Cause he's a weeaboo.
He's a weeaboo.
Sorry. Okay, so for the people who don't know, we just watched a few videos.
Filthy Frank.
He was a great YouTuber, man.
He was. Now he's a great artist. So
No, I'm happy where he's at.
he's moving up in this world. And that's
I
all we
was-
could. That's all anybody really asks to do.
By the way, I was top 8% of his listeners this year. I'm just saying.
Freaking
Yeah,
weird.
I listened to a lot of Joji.
Yeah. What else you listen to?
Your face. Yeah. Anyways, I'm kidding. I was listening to I was listening to a lot of metal.
Uh-huh.
Like this one band Spite,
Uh-huh.
like death metal, and then a bunch of like just indie
Indeed.
rock or indie pop. I don't know what
you listen to a
call it.
lot of Indeed. Were you looking for like jobs?
You know, I've been going through hard times during this quarantine.
Hey, this quarantine has really affected a lot of us. I'm just hoping
Yeah,
everybody's out there doing
Indeed
well.
Indeed just opened up the male prostitution
Again?
listings. So
Again?
yes.
You know what? I was trying to get into that myself, but they said
and that's why I told you.
they said I was too voluptuous to apply.
Well, I'm right in the middle. I'm right in the middle. I'm not voluptuous enough to be too voluptuous, but I'm not skinny enough to be under the skinny white bitch boy category.
But you are under that bitch boy category, so just
Yeah,
saying.
but I'm Mexican, so I'm under the brown bitch boy, slightly above the white bitch boy. Because it's exotic.
Exotic, my fucking butt.
Your butt is exotic. Okay.
My butt is exotic because I'm Hispanic. Y'all got a Hispanic butt.
We'll end it there.
Respect the booty.
We'll end it there. They don't need to know our personal life. I don't know why we're just throwing our dirty laundry out there.
Hey, this all can be changed in post.
Yes, yes. Even though this is live,
We delete it. We rewrite it, and
so the
make jokes
YouTube
with it.
viewers don't know, but the
But,
Twitch,
those people that are watching live, they'll be able to, do
Twitch
that
viewers are
report.
gonna feel super cool and hipster when they're gonna be like, "You guys didn't know what the fuck was on the live version. You guys were fucking there when they were talking about
You guys
Joe
weren't there. You guys weren't there.
Daisy, talking about people tickling their booty holes. You guys weren't
Whoa,
there."
whoa, hey, just because you got pegged that one time, not everybody got pegged.
I didn't get pegged. I don't know why everybody's. No. I'm gonna set the record straight on an official podcast, officially with official words.
All right, so
I
this is
didn't
where
get
we meet
pegged.
JC.
No. I'll tell you the story. I'll
All
tell
right,
you.
so
lay it all down.
JC, tell us a
No.
story.
Okay. So first of all,
Wait, hold on. All right, go ahead and tell us a story. You're muted. I muted you. You're muted.
you fucking asshole.
What?
Really? You muted me? You're an
No, you're
asshole.
not muted.
Don't mute me. Don't mute me. This needs to be out there.
I have all the power.
This needs to be out there.
I've got all the power.
No.
Yes.
No, this needs to be
Yes.
out there. First of all,
First of all, you got
in a
pegged.
small town.
It happens.
No,
it happens.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I denied her. She got pissed. And I didn't like the messages she was sending.
Would you say she got butthurt?
Yes. But for another reason. And then she tried to bring that up to me, like, well, I let you do that. And I'm like, well, you asked me to. Look, I'm a sub in the Dom situation, okay? Look,
Of course.
if
you
a
are.
girl slaps me, puts her hand around my neck and tells me,
Call you,
I want to taste
call
my
her daddy.
ass, stick it up my ass, and all that, fine. We're not here. We're not here to do this. We're not here to whip our dicks out for a dick measuring contest. I'm just going to tell you how it is.
So what if she wants you to call her daddy?
Oh, she did call me daddy.
No. She wants you to call her daddy.
She never told me that. I'm just telling you.
Would you do
It takes
though?
a very no. It would take a very specific, like, special girl for me to call her daddy. But look, that's not the point. What I'm telling you,
But you're saying you would call somebody
if
else.
she was dominant enough, maybe, and if she was into that. But this girl wasn't, and I'm gonna be
Well,
real.
you heard it live, ladies. He
telling
wants you to be dumb enough. That way you can force him.
No, that's fine.
to
No,
call
a
you
girl,
daddy.
No, like, what's sexier than a girl with power? Stop me when I'm done.
Knowledge is power.
Stop me when done. Anyways, no. This bitch over here showing me all these dildos, showing me all these blogs. No. Showing,
we do
sorry,
not
this
call
woman.
them bitches.
Yeah, sorry,
There we
okay,
go.
fine. This woman who I was seeing and who told me to do stuff. Look, we were seeing each other. It was a good thing. She brought out her toys. I told her no. She was waving one of them in my face, and I said, haha, get that out of my face. No, I'm uncomfortable. She said, look at these vlogs. Or vlogs, sorry, not video logs, but like legit blogs, like Blogspot. I didn't know Blogspot was still a thing. She showed Blogspot, like, things of people talking about getting pegged and how it's empowering for men and it's actually very masculine. I'm like, I'm sorry, dog.
I mean, to each their own, right?
No, I'm gonna be real. I just don't see that. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe it is. Like, I can see some girls talking to their men who they married and have been married for like maybe 5 years can, say like, hey, let's try this out, babe. No, she was there showing me the shit after we had sex. And it's like, okay, I just don't see the appeal. So no. And then she gave me an ultimatum. We do this or no more. Snoo. And I said, okay. And then she started texting me on the Bumble app.
Yeah.
And she made fun of me because I didn't want to do this. I was like, you know what? Fuck this bitch. And good thing she doesn't know where I live. No, it is. It's easy, but it also doesn't help when she's also telling me I don't want to get pegged. So she's calling me like a pussy about it. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'm not about to let you go to town on my ass. I'm sorry. Anyways, whatever. And then that's it. I didn't get pegged. I told her no. Everybody just says I got pegged because it's just funny. The narrative's funny.
Sure.
Shut up, Joe.
So now that we've compiled your evidence, quote unquote, that you did not get pegged.
Well, I don't really have evidence because I deleted the
Well,
messages.
there you go. There you go. You have no proof to say that, to show that it never happened.
There was no proof that it did happen.
Yeah, you're fucking. You at the beginning of the show.
I said I didn't get. You know what? No, we're not doing
No,
this.
no. We're gonna take that I did not part, that not part. We're gonna take.
And
that
you're
off.
gonna take out the not part, and you're
Yeah.
just gonna edit it and clip it.
Yeah. So
That's slander, sir. That is slander, sir.
Hey! It is our podcast, and we do what we want to do.
Oh, okay. So we're doing the meme that I brought to light in the Among Us videos. It's fine. It's fine.
It's our
meme that we brought in our Among Us
meme.
videos.
Our.
Okay,
Listen.
whatever. Let's just start the podcast if we didn't already start it. Anyways, I don't know. What did you do?
How you doing today?
Okay.
I've had work. Anyways,
Oh.
you go first.
No, well, me too, but like other than work, because that's fucking boring. So I don't know, man. I was looking at old videos because I found out that I mean, it sounds like a fucking boomer ass move. I found out I can look at my history on my original YouTube channel because I remembered my password, my personal one. That's the one I post videos to.
Oh,
And
you found the actual password to that one? Because you stopped posting like what, a year ago or something like that.
Oh yeah, like because I had it saved on my phone, but then for some reason I updated my phone and it logged me out, and then I finally remembered it. I used like some old password, like MySpace.
What was it?
It was eat my dick 6969.
I've used that password several times for
Yeah,
various stuff myself.
see. My problem was I only put eat my dick 69. I forgot the other 6
makes sense.
because I forgot I doubly love 69.
Oh, and that's why I posted those 2 videos on there. That makes sense.
Anyway, speaking of YouTube, I think I showed you. I found out recently there's naked yoga on fucking YouTube.
It is,
and it's pretty pornographic. I don't care if they say it's for educational use. It's pretty pornographic. But here it is. I'm not totally against it. Just say what it is. Like you saw that one that I showed you to where the girl straight up just had all of her cookie. She had all her cookie all up in the screen.
Nookie all up in the screen.
With the little pink.
No shame.
Her brown eye all up in that shit, and you're like, YouTube just allows this, even if it's educational. I mean, I've seen some videos where it's like sex change operations, and they show like part of the operation and diagrams.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that.
That is educational. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you really want to know, that is. But someone could just make a fake account that say that they're over 18 and just like look up naked yoga.
That's very true.
It's kind of easy to just put Pornhub and just look that shit up. It's kind of easier because you don't even need an account for Pornhub. Not that I would know. But
not that you would know, of course.
No, but it's like imagine someone on YouTube just accidentally stumbles on it. Or someone has like another account logged on and their kid just puts like yoga and then they find naked yoga.
Oh god. That was
fine. Maybe there's some educational purposes for that, but it's straight up like I'm gonna be real. It's
straight up porn. I mean,
it's straight up like some type of voyeurism porn.
Not for me, not for you. For somebody.
Maybe, well, maybe a little bit for me. But it was like when someone told me about that like a week ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you're fucking lying. Because there was a time where there was a lot of porn on YouTube, but it wasn't. It was marked as educational, yes, but the description was only like a number, and the only reason I found it is because someone sent it to me on MySpace. Yeah, this is how back then it was.
It's funny.
I'm dating myself as a boomer.
I don't think I started watching YouTube videos till maybe. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, I don't think I started watching YouTube videos till maybe after high school.
For me, I started watching YouTube because, like, right when it came out, I had a few friends that told me about it. I forgot when. It was probably middle school because it was like, yeah, it was around that time. And I remember, like, me and my brother would look at that stuff and we're like, wow, it's so crazy. And, like, they were like 30, 60 pixel resolution. It was very bad, and like some of the humor when you look at it now is like real cringy. Like this was funny back then, like except for
140p,
Smosh.
man.
I don't know
140p.
what it is. People say Smosh was
144p.
cringy. I never what
144p.
or 240p sometimes, but it
240.
didn't matter. It was just like people put it on YouTube, whatever. You could literally, it didn't matter about the quality. It was more like the comedy of it, or like some type of interesting. Like what was that guy who would eat anything? Shoe Nice.
I have no idea who that is.
He was this guy who like he would have like a video where he just chugged a whole handle of vodka. He had another video where he ate like
Damn.
crazy glue. He had another video where he just like would chug Listerine or some random
Holy
shit. Yeah, he was weird. He probably had some type of addiction that was like, fuck it, I'll just do this because I'm fucking high on crack or something, or I sniffed paint. But he's a volatile character. He's pretty funny. But yeah, no, that dude. That those were some of the first videos. That and who was I can't remember this guy's name, but there was this guy who made like little sketch videos with like a little rubber like chicken, and it was kind of funny. Yeah, no, it was like the early days of YouTube, bro. I'm talking like early.
I mean, I remember I used to put like some videos on YouTube, but that was like way
back when YouTube would have star ratings instead of thumbs up, thumbs down. It was so back, and like, yeah, it was crazy. I remember when what happened?
Do you have like a Wayback Machine for that? To like look at?
I mean, you could probably go on the Wayback Machine and go back to like, I don't know, 2008. When did YouTube start? I think 2006.
Yeah.
It was back because there's some videos that go back like 12 years and like 13 years. Oh, speaking of which, I got reintroduced this. Did you ever hear about which one?
2005.
Yeah, okay, so that's perfect. That's literally the time.
Yeah.
That was back when Shane Dawson was making really cringy ass fucked up videos and everybody's kind of under the rug.
You were saying about PewDiePie though before I interrupted you.
Yeah, so when I watched PewDiePie, I remember my brother found him because we were really into Black Ops. And one of the first big we didn't get into YouTube we got into YouTube, but we weren't all about watching videos every day until Black Ops commentaries. And I remember PewDiePie had Black Ops commentary. I think that was his first video type. He would just be like, "What's up, guys?" PewDiePie at first. Yeah, maybe. Like if you look at his old videos, I don't know if he deleted them, but before he started playing horror games, he was doing a lot of Black Ops, or at least what I remember. Maybe he was doing something before Black Ops, but I remember like my brother found it, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's kind of funny, and he's really good. He was actually pretty good at Black Ops."
Really?
But we got off him real quick because he didn't put videos every day at the time. It was like once every couple weeks. And yeah, and he didn't have his face, his reaction. But then some other dude did it. And it was like we would watch Rings of Redemption. God, Wings of Redemption was so cool back then. Then he fell so far from grace. And White Boy 7th Street. JP was so into White Boy 7th Street.
That was like his
man. That was his favorite YouTube, and it was mine at the time. But then it was mine at the time, but then he was like my favorite because it was just funny. He was really good, and sometimes then I would watch a bunch of troll videos, whatever, blah blah. Then I got into other content. Also, a lot of Japanese wrestling was on YouTube, so I would watch Japanese wrestling through that, and that's how I got back into wrestling. But recently, I've been looking at my history. And I used to watch a bunch of ventriloquist videos. Have you seen? No. I'm not talking ventriloquist like with a dummy. Did you ever hear about that app?
No.
Ventriloquist? It was like Discord before Discord.
Really?
So, yeah. It was called ventriloquist, but people would shorten it to vent. And it was like used for like voice chat. Much like Discord before like video games had voice chat. And there was this one guy, I forgot his name, but I saw the videos. I could probably look it up later, but he would have like soundboards and he would just go into vent lobbies that he eventually like infiltrated by like this at least the most famous video for me was he used Duke Nukem sound clips in the one for like, it was like a guild for like World of Warcraft or something. I forgot what game. It was some type of guild. And he was in the vent lobby and like this Brooklyn mom. I don't know if it was Brooklyn or Boston. It was some
Mhm.
type of New England type, northeastern type mom. You know, with the accent, like "I'll fuck you up, your mother," like one of
Okay.
those accents. And she was part of the guild, and like he kept doing the Duke Nukem, like balls of steel, like
Hmm.
that was the name of the video. Or I think it was, but it was like he used that one clip in particular, like balls of steel, and like other
Hmm.
clips from Duke Nukem, like I'll like I'll tear off your head and shit down the neck, or
Hmm.
like other like I'm here. I like to kick ass and chew bubble gum, or
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
yeah, and I'm all out of gum, like shit like that. But
Yeah.
he used balls of steel, balls of
That
steel, like
sounds familiar.
yeah. I mean, if you look it up, I could probably find a
Hmm.
video real quick as I'm talking, but
Hmm.
like it's like he would do that where he would do. Let me see, ventriloquist Duke Nukem. And the mom gets like she just loses her shit.
No, yeah, I have seen that. I remember. I think
Yeah,
Ricky showed
she
that to me.
yeah.
Either you or
Okay,
Ricky has shown that to me.
maybe yeah, but I'll put the video right here. I have found it. But she just loses her fucking shit.
Yeah, I've seen this one here.
She just goes off. He'll be like balls of steel, and she's like, "Look, I'll fucking rip your dick off and make you a new pussy. You fucking blank. Like I'll make it." And like she gets mad, and it's like a Brooklyn or Boston
Hmm.
style. She's like, "I'll kill you the old way." Like it's so fucked up. She just loses her shit, and like everybody else is kind of laughing because it's someone's mom, and she's just getting. And I just remember watching those videos and laughing my ass off. I thought I was like the coolest kid who knew about this. But God, I don't know how long ago that was. That was like 14 years ago, 15 years ago. It was pretty long back. I was like in middle school, or maybe a little bit, because ventriloquist, but they called it Vent
Hmm.
for short.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's still around. It might be still around, but Discord is basically that. But you couldn't mute them because it was like a radio. You can only have them in channels. There was no way to actually mute. So the whole reason he
Wow.
got away with this, and also it was back then before like trolling was so big, you know.
Yeah.
So it was like they didn't know how to react to this. So all they could do was just take it, and people get pissed off. And I think the guy had more videos, if I remember correctly. He had like other videos where he just did other things. Like I think he had like a Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yeah.
board or a Chris Hansen soundboard, if I remember correctly. But it was
Hmm.
just funny looking back at that Duke Nukem video. Like, God, I used to find this funny. Then I click it and I'm like, I still find this funny. I don't fucking
You haven't grown up.
I haven't grown up much. No,
No, no.
it's just
It's
funny.
just
I
bald.
remember,
That's the only difference.
and then same with Smosh videos. I'll watch Smosh videos and I'll be like, I'm not into this anymore. And I watch it back then and I'm like, God, they still got it.
They had it. I mean,
Like Anthony and Ian
if
were
if
still
if you watch it now, I don't. Do they still make videos now?
no. Well, Anthony's gone.
Yeah, no, I know Anthony's
But
gone. He left a
and
long
Ian
time ago.
recent and they recently got it back, so it's acceptable, but it's nowhere near the glory days.
No.
I remember the food battles; those were always
Uh-huh.
so fun to watch.
They were.
Or what about yeah, food wars? Or what about
Dude, with Ismfoff. Ooh.
oh god, no, like all their collabs with them were so good.
Yeah.
God, and they were like Ismfoff was like the best band at Warped Tour we went that one
Oh,
time.
absolutely.
That was the funnest mosh pit, funnest time. Every
Mhm.
song we knew because we were listening to "You Can't Spell Slaughter Without Laughter,"
Yeah.
like and it was just so good. I think was I part of the Human Surfboard? I forgot.
I can't remember over there.
I think
I don't
I
think
think, but I remember we had fun, and I remember like we had like all of the other people there, and then we saw like all those metal bands, and me and Ricky took a picture with the singer from Acacia Strain, and then there's a picture
Remember
where
when you
you were
got
supposed
smacked in
to,
the nuts, dude?
no, yeah, you were supposed to take it when you smacked me in the nuts, but you took it after when I'm like bending
Yeah.
over with that girl's shirt that was the cat that said swag
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
glasses.
I remember
Oh
that.
god,
Good old
I
times,
used
man.
to not. I still don't give a fuck. There's some girls' shirts that like my friends give me, and I'm like, whatever. But I'm not as skinny anymore. I remember, like, I think your sister posted on like Facebook, like, you should wear this, and it was another girl's shirt with like Slayer and a cat, and I was like, fuck it, because I don't know. I had friends who like we just didn't care. It was like some people would be like, oh, that's weird trans shit or what. I'm like, I just didn't care. I feel like it doesn't matter.
Hey, you wear whatever fits you, you know?
Exactly, and it was funny. It was a good shirt
It was a good
from
shirt.
Sumi's in the girls section. I remember I got it, and I think Ricky was with me, and Ricky's like, "Are you sure, bro?" I'm like, "I'm fucking down. Fuck it." Like it's a shirt. It's a cat with glasses. This is swag. Like
I
it's
mean,
fucking.
you've always been into some strange things, so you know.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't surprised.
Like literally, like I have friends who told me, like, bro, only JC would rock that because he's the only one who doesn't give a fuck.
Man,
Like,
things that rhyme with orange, man.
oh god, that's such a good song too.
Orange.
I think that was my favorite song. It was either that or yeah, I only want you to think I'm fantastic. It's so good. I remember I
So
learned the
catchy,
bass for
man.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I still. I mean, if I look up the ultimate guitar tabs, like I could still
Oh,
play it.
absolutely.
It's not that bad.
Oof, Ultimate Guitars, dude. Ooh.
And then like their new album, it was fine, but and they went
Which
more
one asked
just,
for
like
rejection?
yeah. It
Yeah.
was like they had Excite Dyke. That was really
Mm-hmm.
good. That was a good
Mm-hmm.
song. But
Infinity sucks. Or Infinite sucks.
yeah, I remember I didn't really fall off. I just kind of like every now and then I'll go back to them.
Oh no, I
And
think it was Life Hurts is another one.
that
That's
one
really
too, yeah. Life Hurts, where it had
mm-hmm.
that really nice like little like dun, dun, dun,
Mm-hmm.
dun, 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 dun. And it had like really good guitar and ethereal like vocals.
Mm-hmm. It was so good, and then they just never
Or
made anything ever
Ravenous
since.
Rhinoceros.
Huh?
Or Ravenous
Uh
Rhinoceros.
huh.
Or it's funny because that was an album where like and then they had to crank that cover, but like that album, I
Mm-hmm.
had friends who listened to death metal and
Mm-hmm.
deathcore and metalcore, and then I had friends who listened to punk, and I had friends who listened to screamo and post hardcore, and all of them universally loved that
Just
album.
okay. Which
Like
one?
it
The
was
first one or
weird.
the second one?
You can't spell slaughter without
Okay.
laughter.
Okay. Yeah, that was a
Like,
really great album.
like my friend Azure, she was like
Mm-hmm.
really into like me and her were really into deathcore,
Uh huh.
and we would talk about Suicide Silence,
Uh-huh.
Whitechapel, and all that shit, and metalcore and all like As Blood Runs Black, and she liked that, and I didn't think she would, and I just remember showing her that, and she's like, "This is fucking good." I don't know why. Like she's like, I don't usually like this music, but fuck yeah,
See, I can't
and
remember
like,
who I was signed to, but I was signed to somebody back in the day, and you know, I was signed about I Set My Friends on Fire, right?
mhm.
And some fucking lady was like walking by, and she's like, "Excuse me?" I'm like, I'm sorry." And she's like, "What did you just say?" And I'm like, "Well, I like to listen to this band. Their name is I Set My Friends on Fire." She's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, well, you know, if you treat your friends like that, you'll never have too many." I'm like, "Okay." And
Bitch, I was in a mosh pit with my friends, motherfucker.
I'm like, okay. First of all, who the hell are you to like try to tell me anything? I mean, I don't even know who the hell you are.
And plus, why would I intentionally set my friends on fire
Exactly. I mean, what? That
without
doesn't make
kissing them on
sense.
the lips?
What? What?
Yeah, it
It's in
should
a
be I
booty
kiss my
hole.
friends on the lips and then I set my friends on fire.
I kissed him in the booty hole, and then I set him on fire.
Kiss your homies. No tongue, you're weak. Anyway, so what she
That's
was
the
just
end for
talking
today's
shit
dude.
about
Okay. No, she was just like she had just like it was like some just random lady, you know, walking
Yeah,
by, and you know she just comes up. It's like yeah, no, it was just like a really
dude,
strange
I don't know
scenario.
if a lot of people remember I set my friends on fire, but every person who I talked to who actually like heard them,
Mhm.
I've never heard a bad thing about them. I'm
No.
not gonna lie. That's probably the one band next to like My Chemical Romance. Like some people will say, "Oh, I fell off because I grew up from
Hmm.
My Chemical Romance," but they will never ever say that they don't like their music.
Yeah, that's true.
Never coming home, never coming home. It's like so
Oh, dude, when we
every
were playing Apex together, me and
oh
Ricky
god,
started.
they have so many good songs. My Chemical Romance. As much as people want to say, "Oh, that band sucks," blah blah blah. I can't believe certain bands even let them on the tour. I think like there was one time where like Slayer let them on or
Really?
something.
Damn.
It was great. I forgot. It was like one of those like really hardcore like metal bands
Hmm.
that like had them on there, and that was like it just showed how much respect they were given. Because like
Yeah, dude.
I think the
Smart
only
way, man.
time I almost saw them, it was them and the Used,
Hmm.
and I didn't get to go because I was just too young to go to concert by myself, and and I didn't have anybody who wanted to go. But goddamn, bro,
Dude, they have
like
a lot of EPs.
oh yeah, they put out a lot of music, and then like they're just like the Black Parade. Welcome to the Black Parade.
Hmm.
That's a
Hmm.
good. They have so many. Remember Mittens? He was into them.
Oh
Super
yeah,
bad.
oh,
He
absolutely.
loved them.
Yeah.
Oh man, Mittens. God bless Mittens.
Three cheers for Sweet Revenge, man. That was a really great album too.
They had a lot of good music. Shit. It was like them. And,
Dangerous Days was okay. I mean, they had
like,
a few
oh
good
yeah,
songs in there, but It was
I remember
alright.
at one time it was like I would say if someone asked me who's your favorite band, I would have said My Chemical Romance and Silverstein
Oh, dude, Silverstein
at
was so
one
good, man.
place. Yeah, like at the waterfront.
Oh yeah.
Cause you smile when you sleep. You smile when you. It's like so good. God damn it. And then
Oh.
Chiodos. God,
What was that other got puppies.
the Sick Puppies.
There we go. Sick puppies also
They were
good,
good
man.
too. Yeah, I saw them live when they had that song on "This Is War" for Street Fighter on the
Mm-hmm.
commercial. They
Mm-hmm.
also had this one. There was like the theme song for one of the WWE pay per views. Take You Down. That they were very good live. They sang a cover of Destiny's Child, "Say My Name."
Really?
It was a very good cover. They never officially released it because of copyrights, but they always
Uh-huh.
played it at their concerts.
Huh.
But it was very good. Like they sound just like they do on the album, and like they had a good energy. It was so
Mm-hmm.
great. I had like the best time ever.
Mm-hmm. You going down?
Yeah, like one of us is going down. Did it, did it, did it, did it, did it. Yeah, the mosh pit was pretty real on that one. God, reminiscing back on that music, like I never regret it. There's some people who are like, "Oh, I regret listening to this." I never
No,
regret
no,
any of the
no. It's
music I
great
listen to.
music.
Just people who still tell me Slipknot's shit. I'm like, I'm gonna be real. They're still one of my like top 5
Top,
bands of
yeah,
all time.
absolutely.
Like Slipknot's amazing. Like
So,
even their newest album, All Out Life, I was surprised I liked it as much as I did. I was like, damn,
what was the name of the album?
All Out Life.
Hmm.
They had a song called All Out Life that wasn't on the album All Out Life, or I
Uh-huh.
think the Japanese version, but the actual album was pretty good.
Okay.
If you hear the song All Out Life, it's
Uh-huh.
pretty damn good. It's
Dude,
like their old shit.
dude, I used to so I used to play games on the PSP, right?
Hmm.
I remember Andrew letting me borrow this SOCOM game, right? Um,
Oh, so come Fire Team Bravo.
uh-huh. So he let me
I
borrow it, right?
love that one. Yeah, that was so
I
good.
don't think I ever gave it back to him. I think I still have it.
I think I still have it. Andrew, if you're listening, he still
I'm
has it.
sorry, Andrew.
But
But you know what?
yeah, no.
I had a lot of great times with that game. So
Oh, I got addicted to that game
when I
because you could play online. It was really
exactly, and PSP, of course, you didn't have to pay for
oh yeah,
membership on that.
back in the
back in the
olden
good
days,
era. I mean, I guess their interface is now a little bit better,
the
or
boomer age.
I think their internet connectivity is a lot better now than it was back then.
Oh yeah, because it was like new back then. Like
Mm-hmm.
they didn't even have an online presence. It was like
Mm-hmm.
you connect to servers and you had to wait like 20 minutes to get in the game. But when you got in
Yeah.
the game with the lobby, you could keep retrying the lobby and keep going. But
Yeah. So with me, what it was is I would sit down, I get out of school, come home, put on my PSP. I had Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi was a
yeah,
thing in my house. So
yeah, we had to wait for a second because my dad had to get Wi-Fi before it was just wired in it. Then one day he's like, "Okay, we're getting Wi-Fi."
you're like,
Because I
why?
have a laptop
Why?
and this laptop has Wi-Fi,
What's
and I'm
that?
like, Wi-Fi?
Stupid.
Anyway,
So I ended up playing online, and some dude, right, he ends up like messaging me. He's like, hey, uh you know we have a group, we want you to join us.
ooh, I think they called us a clan.
Yeah, yeah. So this is like back in what, 2000, god,
I forgot when the
2008,
PS came out. It
2009.
was like one of the launch games I think for the PSP, right?
Yeah,
Or not the launch game, but it came like right after launch
I
because I
can't
got that
remember.
really early.
I think it came out 2006 or something.
Yeah,
If I'm not, I could be
sounds
wrong.
about right. Sounds about right.
So I would play that, and then some guy asked me to join their group, and I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I got time. I'm in high school.
Yeah, and I just
I don't
come
got
home and
anything
play
better to
it.
do.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
So I ended up joining them, and then the fucking dude, he ended up sending me this headset, right? Cause he's like, hey, do you have a mic? I'm like, nah, cause I don't know how we message each other. Anyways,
All they yeah, like they have like a text chat thing on there
yeah,
that gives you like a cell phone, the old school
yeah,
cell phone, not the one that they have now, but like back then people
uh
probably
huh.
don't know. There was like the cell phone one. That was like you push number 3 to get DEF and all that shit.
I can't remember that.
Yeah, it's one of
Oh
those. It was
no,
on,
okay, yeah, you know, I know what kind of phone you're talking about. I was
yeah,
thinking,
I
I'm
used to
like,
type real fast with that shit, bro.
I was thinking like DEF. What the fuck is DEF? And I'm like, okay, I know what
I
you're
just
talking
remember number
about.
3 was BEF.
Yeah, we used to use T8 to text
Yeah,
faster.
2 was ABC.
Uh
1
huh.
had all the symbols,
Uh huh.
all that shit.
So I think I ended up giving him my phone number, and he got me his, and we actually ended up like talking. It's like, hey, blah blah this and that. I'm like, dude, I can't remember you know can't
Oh
remember
yeah,
his name, but he was a really cool dude. He said he had like a bunch of like health issues, which I felt bad. You
yeah.
know.
Some people like opened up on there, and I'm like, in my brain, I was like, oh, that's like, or out loud, I was like, oh, that sucks.
Mhm.
But in my brain, I was like, I don't even know what fucking state you're in, bro. I know. I'm sorry. Like, I feel bad for saying that, but it's
Yeah.
like I knew a couple, like it was like people like that. Like I met on the PS3, and I became really
Mhm.
good friends with, and they would
Mhm.
tell me some shit, and I actually genuinely cared because I
Mhm.
played so many games that we would
Mhm.
talk.
No, absolutely.
But there were some people on the
Absolutely.
PSP that, or other games, like even on PS2, when we got the Slim PS2
Mhm.
when it came out, and we were able to use Wi-Fi, and we played a couple games, and it was like, I don't know who the fuck you are, bro. I don't know what you're telling me about how your dad left your mom. Like, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't fucking.
Anyways, the only reason I'm so
Anyways, back to my more important story.
anyways, no, because this whole story, the only reason I said it was because I remember this guy, right? He would tell me
Yeah.
how like his mom used to like listen to Slipknot back in the day, back when she was like, he was in her room,
Uh huh.
and it's like, yeah, he like we listened to him back when I was like, in a room, and it's like, oh, um, but you're from like 80 something, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, Slipknot was founded in 1995. He's like, well, shit, my mom lied to me. And then that's basically just the story. His how his mom ended up like,
His mom hipster lied to him.
yeah. He's like, yeah,
Oh yeah, I
because
used
she's.
yeah, I knew Slipknot when they were like a disco band and they had a demo. Uh
So
um
I mean, not only does this guy have like health issues, but now he's like having to deal with it. His mom lying to him
and he
about.
also has like girlfriend issues, and then he's like, I'm also 13 years old, by the way.
No, that goes like from 80 something.
Oh, I see.
So I
Okay, so
mean,
he was
just
like older.
yeah, he was older than me. But anyways, really cool guy. He sent me a freaking headset. He sent me he's like, yeah, no, this is one of my older headsets. It has some electrical tape, because of some wiring issue, but everything else should be fine. I'm like, you sure? He's like, yeah. So after that, we just like started like I took the fucking headset, started playing with them, and then there's this guy, the clan leader. His name was Moose. I remember his name was like shit. How many people do you
Was it
come
one of
across with the
those
name
things where
Moose?
they had like numbers like M00ZE or something? Like those crazy names that people would use because SOCOM had it so that when you
Uh-huh.
use certain letters, it looks like other letters. Like 1 and
Mm-hmm.
2, it looked like an R. So people would use, like, I knew this one kid who I would play with because we would win a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
He had Raiden as his name,
Mm-hmm.
and he would use the number 1, the number 2 to make the R,
Okay.
and the number 4 to make the A.
Mm-hmm.
All those kids were real crafty with that shit, bro.
Hell yeah, dude.
I didn't see that shit, bro. But
But yeah,
I
dude,
just had,
fucking.
that's really how I made my name, Johnny Twisted, because I got a PSP
Uh huh.
and it told you to sign up.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, me and my brother were making creative characters.
Uh huh.
And the very first character I made on the wrestling game was a guy named Johnny Twisted. Because I thought that name sounded cool. But what sucks is
Mm-hmm.
what sucks is I tried to put Johnny Twisted and it said Johnny Twisted is taken. So I changed the S with the Z
Uh huh.
and it just stuck with me.
Okay.
I use that for everything. I use it for Xbox when I got a
Mm-hmm.
360. I use
Yeah,
that
nobody ever
for
really knows when you're on the Xbox. It's either your brother or who knows who.
oh yeah, nowadays, but like back then when I actually got a 360 later,
Mm-hmm.
I just used it because I didn't have any other name because they would ask you, and then I started using JC Twisted because
Mm-hmm.
people always call me JC because once they find out my real first name, it's like, oh, okay, well, whatever. And But it's funny because there was one time where like I was playing Black Ops with these
Mm-hmm.
people. What happened was it was like the original
Oh,
Black Ops.
these people. What does that
Well,
mean? No, I'm kidding.
I don't I really don't know who they are because they just stopped talking to me one day because it was two dudes. They were cousins, and one of their sons was playing Lars. I still have Lars on PlayStation. The other
Mhm.
two dudes I don't have anymore. I guess they deleted their accounts or something because they're just gone.
Okay.
And I don't really talk to Lars anymore, but we would play heavy. I would meet them like every day on Black Ops all the time. I didn't have their phone number. It just was like we would be on at the same time.
Mhm.
I just knew that they were from Texas. And I remember they were like, "Yo, Johnny, come on, let's get on, man. Yo, Twisted, let's go, boy." Like, and it just
Yeah.
stuck to me. So I was like, whatever, fuck it. And then someone alerted to me because I was into Insane Clown Posse with John
Uh-huh.
Paul. Like, we had a couple songs that we liked, but I never heard the other band Twisted, where it was like my name, like right now, Twisted, but like
Mhm.
with an ID at the end instead of an ED. And then I heard them and I was like, these boys are trash, first of all. And I was like, they're just a wannabe Insane Clown Posse, whatever. Juggalos are crazy. I wouldn't call
Juggalos are
myself a
crazy, man.
juggalo. I just would call myself someone who had a few songs from Insane Clown Posse that he liked.
Who had a few
'Cause I'm gonna be
drinks
real.
and you know.
Yo, okay, time out. Let me go on a tangent real quick. Yo, so every time I tell somebody, like someone will say some line from an Insane Clown Posse
Mhm.
song, I'll be like, "Oh, ye ICP boy," like as a joke, kind of, because
Mhm.
I wouldn't say I would say I'm a fan of some of their music because I kind of get
Sure.
because they would combine rap and like hard punk and metal.
Okay.
For real. They would have bands. But overall, I wouldn't say that they were in like my top 20 or 50 bands. They just were interesting to me. Like, that's it. Anyways, any person who tells me they're a juggalo, they end up becoming real cringy. I'm not saying every juggalo is cringy,
But a good amount.
but like every juggalo I've met has been cringy.
Mhm.
And it's like every time they hear that I was they sometimes see my name Twisted and like,
Mhm.
"Oh, are you a Twisted fan?" I'm like, "A what?" And they're like, "Oh, sorry, your name's Twisted, not Twisted." And then they would tell me, and I'm like, "Oh, well," and like I like Insane Clown Posse, like
Uh-huh.
Juggalos. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh, I know what those are," and I like some Insane Clown Posse songs. "Oh, you like Insane Clown Posse? Oh man!" Then they start blaring Insane Clown Posse music over the mic, and you're just like,
Oh God.
shut the fuck. What it is to be a juggler. Like, shut up. Like, I would get pissed off because it's like they
Uh-huh.
would see my name and they would associate it to Twisted and like juggalos. And it got to the point where, like, I mean, eventually people just stopped because Insane
Mhm.
Clown Posse just lost their traction
Mhm.
and like whatever. But it was just funny because like there was a point where like a lot of people asked me like, "Oh, you a juggalo, bro?" I'm like, "Nah, man." "Oh, you like Insane Clown Posse?" "Yeah, I like a couple of songs." "Oh yeah, yo, this is like my favorite song, homies, homies." Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, I heard that song once. Shut the fuck up. Oh man, and like every song I was into, they weren't into.
Uh-huh.
It's weird. The only Insane Clown Posse songs I like are the ones where they had a band and it sounded kind of metal.
Uh-huh.
Like for real, like if you hear the Cyclone song, it's just straight up like them with the band, and then like or Bring It On, it has some type of hip hop beat, but it sounds like old school Snoop Dogg. Fine, but
Okay.
like that's the closest ever. And to their credit, ICP before they took on this Insane Clown Posse thing, they were legit like MCs. They would do battle raps in
Really?
Detroit. Yeah, for real. And they distributed their mixtapes and got big enough on their own. They didn't have any label. They did everything on their own from the start.
Okay, well
So I give
respect to them
them
for that.
respect for that. Yeah, I give them respect for that. But their fans are fucking cringy as fuck. I'm gonna be real. I'm sorry. Like, it was like weird. Like I had a chance to go to the gathering of the Juggalos, and I was like, "Fuck that, bro." Some of those, a lot. I'm gonna be real. I'm not generalizing, but this is just a fact. A lot of them are rednecks, straight up, bunch of fucking rednecks. And
Well,
not only that, well, what?
I mean, it shows that they have a basis.
Oh yeah, and it's not like, and it's a bunch of like white rednecks, but it's not even about a race thing. It's just like you just have to know these are the people who like they live out in these towns
Uh-huh.
where it's an echo chamber.
Uh-huh.
Everybody thinks the same. So they'll say some shit and you'll just be like, okay, that's a yikes from me, bro.
That's a hard pass, man. That's a hard
It's
pass.
kind of like Slipknot fans. There was a lot of Slipknot fans who were like super edgy, like, you know, me and my brother, where we're from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like where we're from, and we listen to Slipknot, but then you see these other kids, because Slipknot's from Iowa. So there's a lot of fucking Midwestern kids who fucking love Slipknot. And then they start talking openly about how they're jerking off to porn. And you're like, bro, you're like 20 years old, and I'm like 16, like on a forum for Slipknot. And it's like some of them just talk openly about this weird ass shit, and you're like, I get it. It's like the crowd you attract. It's like it's kind of like politics now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not that you are, if you support this person or support this movement or like support this artist, you're a specific type. But a lot of people who do support that artist and a lot of people who do like listen to that type of music or listen to that type of like rhetoric for the politician or the people who kind of align themselves with that are a specific group. It was just like that. That's it. And I was just like, I fell out of place with that because I felt like I was never really into it, which sucked because like, but then when I found you guys, it was perfect because we all listened to the same shit and we all had kind of the same idea. So I was like, oh, okay, an echo chamber's not that bad, but at the same time,
it really just depends on, you know, if you find your echo chamber.
Yeah, but at the same time, we weren't really an echo chamber because we all had different opinions and we all had different lifestyles. So it was cool in that sense. And I'm glad I kind of found you guys because of that, because it was like, cool. I know I can have differing opinions with people. Oh, shut up. I can have differing opinions with people. Because like me and Ricky will talk about video games and anime and like same with you. And there'll be times where I'm like, I didn't like this shit. This shit's fucking lame. And you guys are like, you JC, you don't fucking get it. Like, we're still friends. Like it's just that. Like
we have different opinions, and you know, everybody's.
And it's good to have that. It's good to have.
Not everybody's the same, you know.
Because if you're all the same, then you don't ever explore. I like that. Like I didn't used to care for post-hardcore after I got over, quote unquote, got over that whole scene, and I started listening to like metal. Because Slayer was like my favorite band of all time. And every time I listened to Slayer, I was always like, man, fuck rap, fuck post-hardcore. That's all pussy shit. Fuck that shit. And then you and Ricky showed me all these bands. And I was like, God damn it, I like those bands and shit. They're actually really good. And then like I had friends later that showed me like real hip-hop shit. But the only hip-hop I really liked was like Cypress Hill and Wu-Tang Clan. But then like and MF Doom. But then when I got to like, and then when you get old enough, you're just kind of like, not old enough, like old, but like when you mature later on, like towards the end of high school, you start to realize it doesn't fucking matter. You just should listen to like what you like.
What you like, exactly.
And it doesn't matter what people say, even if like your friend groups, because at the end of the day, it just makes you look more, it just gives you a different perspective. And then that's why music was so big for me. Because like now I listen to like everything. I don't know. I listen to everything. I would not listen to country back then because my dad listened to it and I thought it was fucking lame. But now like I'll listen to like fucking.
I mean, I love John Denver. It's one song.
Oh yeah, or like fucking Hank Williams. When you hear a lot of songs from Hank Williams, you're like, wow, he actually kind of defined a generation of music because a lot of his songs were crazy. And like when you actually dig deep into him and like Johnny Cash and like Elvis Presley, you actually really realize they were really talking about doing drugs and fucking bitches and shit.
It just didn't
like
sound like it.
Real hard. Oh yeah, like it just didn't sound like that because they did it in a different way. Or like you used to listen to like Cab Calloway and like all these old school funk and soul and jazz people. Yeah. You're like, wow, they were talking about some real deep shit. It's just in a different way. And then you kind of mature and like just open your, and then eventually you just want to listen to more chill music. Like right now I listen to a lot of just like,
man, Circa Survive, man.
Oh yeah, Circa Survive. Anthony Green's amazing.
Absolutely, yeah.
And like you could tell in some videos you're like, he's probably high on cocaine or something, bro. He's really into people.
Super chill, man.
At the same time, he has that voice that he could just serenade any girl, and you're just God damn it. Or a guy like me. At sometimes I'm like, whoa, Anthony.
Craig Owens, man. Craig Owens' voice too.
there's certain people where they could just sing whatever. It could be
Mhm.
gibberish, and you're just
Mhm.
like,
I mean, you do it sometimes.
oh yeah, same with girls too. It's like, God damn it. Like I wish the girl from Flyleaf didn't really leave because she had a very good voice, and like the acoustic version of their song were
Uh-huh.
also very good because she just knew how to sing.
Mm-hmm.
It was, it's just like great. It's great.
Oh,
Music's amazing. Well, especially when you mature and you accept all of it. Like
mm-hmm.
I'm at the point now where if you just tell me, oh, give this a listen, I'll give it
Mm-hmm.
a listen. Back then, I used to be very picky, as in it had to be metal. But
Can't
like
be anything
now, it's
besides
like,
metal.
yeah, now I don't give a fuck. It's just like fuck it. It could be whatever music. It's great.
Uh-huh.
And then yeah,
Oh.
my opinion always changes. It's weird. Sometimes music like changes my opinion on like life. Because like when I got into like meme rappers like Young Gravy,
You say
I was
meme
like,
rappers?
meme.
A
Yeah, like
meme?
meme rappers. Yeah,
M-E-
like they're just
M-E-M-E?
rappers. Like, yeah,
They're
exactly.
rapping
Like
for
they're
the
just
meme?
rappers. Like when you hear Young Gravy, some of his lyrics, you're like, that doesn't make sense. But who gives a fuck? It's just a meme. It's not even like you can't take him seriously because sometimes he'll do some shit that you're like, oh, it reminds me of like Lil B. Like Lil B was one of those rappers where he
He's
was
obnoxious.
like his influence went beyond just rap and music in general. It was weird. Like if you don't get Lil B,
Mm-hmm.
you're just never. If you don't get him now, you're just never gonna get him, or you choose not to get him. Like people are gonna say, I don't like Lil B's trash. Fine, whatever. He's not your
See,
cup of tea.
see, I tried listening to Lil B once, and I'm like, nope, never again. Don't like his.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Like there's people who have different standards,
Mm-hmm.
and they also want different things out of their music.
Mm-hmm.
When I first heard Lil B, I would laugh at him because I'm like, this is kind of funny. Then I kept hearing like other songs, and then there were some songs where he went serious, and you're like, oh, he actually has some skill. Like he rapped over a Nas beat,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the song "I Am the Hood," and you're like, oh, haha, it's gonna be another ignorant trap song. And then you hear him, and you're like, oh, he's actually being serious. He's talking about like real life stories from the hood. Like he's just he's spitting bars from the perspective of he is the streets. And you're like, cool. Why doesn't he do this all the time? And you realize that he just fucking hides it because he doesn't want to be serious all the time. And that's what the bass movement is about. It's like not really taking yourself seriously. It's more just like everybody should love everybody. Like he literally says it's all love. And that's literally what it is. And that's why his
That was a
music
train
is so
movement.
damn, it's so dumb sometimes. Like he has a song called Ellen DeGeneres where the whole hook is just Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen, like the
See,
whole song.
that's why I can't listen to his music because I'm like,
Exactly. So when I heard it, we and friends were listening to him as a joke. And
mm-hmm.
then when we would listen to his other songs and he would put like little intros like, yo, man, it's your boy Lil B. And he would just say like a little message. You're like, oh, that's actually kind of good. And then you hear some songs, you're like, I know this is like dumb and repetitive, but it's catchy as fuck.
Uh-huh.
And then you hear the new artists today. Like, I feel like artists like Migos owe a lot to Lil B
Okay.
because they say shit like ounces, 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 out. Like, they'll try and take themselves a little serious,
Mm-hmm.
but they would still say the one hook all the time. And people try to say like trap music came out of Atlanta. I'm like, look, I'm gonna be real. Trap music would not be where it's at without the contributions of various artists, and one of those artists has to be Lil B. Like, there's a lot of artists now who like they just keep saying the same thing over and over again on their hook, and people are like, "Oh, that's totally acceptable." They say like maybe like 5 words at most in their songs, and you're like, "Oh, that's totally acceptable." They'll have like 3rd grade English in their like the lyrical value of like a 3rd grader vocabulary, and it's like, "Oh, that's totally acceptable." And it gets like on the top charts. They owe Lil B to that because like even Metro Boomin said a lot of these artists need to thank Lil B. Even Lil Yachty, who like became very big because of the vibe he put off. Like even if he wasn't the best rapper, it was just mostly like the energy he was giving, and that's what rap is nowadays. It's like the energy you're giving. Because it used to be you had to know how to freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to make your own beat.
That's why it's called like mumble rap.
Oh yeah,
its
exactly.
own little category. You don't actually categorize that as rap. It's
it's like mumble rap and then SoundCloud rap because they really couldn't put it down to just rap. And
And
then
SoundCloud rap just became its own little thing, you know.
yeah,
I
exactly. And
mean,
it's
I'm sure you could probably put YouTube
like
rap on there as long
yeah.
along the line with SoundCloud rap, but
Yeah, and I would argue that Lil B paved a way for that because he was releasing music all the damn time over beats. He was
hmm
freestyling with no actual freestyling skill, or he kind of did for some songs, but some songs you're like, he's just talking. Like,
everybody's got to hustle in their own way, right?
oh yeah, but like for him, he was so passionate about it, and he even said in some interviews that like at one point for like a couple years, only like one person was listening to his music on MySpace. Back and
Holy
like he
shit,
said
way
that
back?
yeah, like that's how
Goddamn.
bad he would make music, and like that's it. And he said the only reason he was
hmm
making music was for that one dude, and he even said his name. I forgot his name now, but he said it, and then he said that
hmm
eventually more people caught on, and more people actually got what he was doing. There's a
hmm
point where you're like, I don't get what he's doing. It's just fucking stupid to listen to. Then you start listening to Lil B, and then all of a sudden you get this like aha moment where you're like, oh, I get it. I get it now. I get what this whole bass movement's about. Then you start to realize that a lot of people don't get it because they just haven't reached it. And then it's like, but then you don't also blame them because you're also at the point where it's like the bass movement is like, if they don't like my music, fine, fuck it. Like Lil B doesn't care. He doesn't take himself seriously. And he's an outsider in the rap
hmm
game. But at the same time, he's influenced this new generation of artists that you're like, you can't deny him. Like if there was a rap hall of fame
hmm
or hip hop hall of fame of like any type of shit, he would be there, regardless of what you think of his music, because he distributed his music on his own. He legit did it all on himself. Like Chance the
hmm
Rapper tries to take credit for like, I did this shit independently, you know, but
Yeah.
technically he kind of didn't because he did have like some type of backing from like a group. Lil
hmm
B is like legit the definition of DIY rapper. He was independent entirely. He released his music online for free. He
hmm
made money somehow with it. He made a whole movement. There's all these fans, a very devout fan base, and it's like he was the first person to do that. I don't like that Chance the Rapper was like, "Yeah, I did this. This was independent. I'm the first rapper." Well, he was basically saying, "I'm the first rapper." He's like, "I'm the like most notable rapper to do this independently." But really, when you look at his background, you're like, he didn't do independently. He had a lot of help.
hmm
Let's be real. It's just, and then all these other people try to do it, but they all fell. Like ASAP Mob is just done now. It's just, but Lil B still pushing. Like Lil B, every time he releases an album, I listen to it, and it's always like, "Damn, Lil B, you did it again." Like he just, I don't know how he stays relevant still. It's fucking weird. And like not only that, but like I said, it's like this meme rap where like Lil
hmm
B would always post these pictures of like random anime scenes with like anime girls, and it says TYBG, thank you, Base God. Like all this shit. It was weird.
It was
It was
weird.
so weird. He would do it randomly on his Twitter. I feel like he invented memes at one point. Not invented, but invented
Made
rap memes.
memes.
Yeah, like he just made memes for himself, and that was it. And people would just like him. And it was like you didn't even have to get it. It was just kind of funny. Where it's like one of them was like it showed Kane from WWE,
hmm
and it says Lil B is my friend, TYBG. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, okay, I'll like this, I'll retweet this. It's crazy. It's like he just changed the way rap is and like how
hmm
people listen to it and how people perceive it and how people like distribute it. Because after him and SoundCloud came out, all these artists started releasing mixtapes and shit like he did. It's just crazy. I love Lil B so much. He's so cool. I saw him live once and
Yeah.
it was crazy. People came in like full on chef outfits.
What the fuck? Why chef
Well,
outfits?
because he did that whole thing of cooking where
Okay.
like you do where you like the
Like cooking
little
meth?
dance movements. Yeah, it's called cooking. And like the cook dance and like the little
Oh, so
movement
that has nothing to do with Breaking Bad.
kind of. It's like the way you dance, you look like you're like literally cooking. Like you have one
uh,
hand out like you're holding the pan and one hand like doing like a little stirring, like you're stirring some eggs or something
okay.
in the
Has
pan.
Fortnite taken that dance from him already?
Yeah, they did. I think they
Oh
did.
god.
Yeah. No, a lot of NFL players
Oh.
did that after like scoring touchdowns. A lot of
hmm
NBA players did it after like scoring hoops. Like a lot of people started doing it and it got big, and he has a cult following still. And he did lecturing at like universities, and those lectures get like universal acclaim from professors and shit. It's fucking crazy. He wrote a book, New York Times bestseller. He wins in everything. It's fucking weird. He made like a base god curse to, because I think Kevin Durant made fun of him or something when he was on the Thunder. And he gave the base god curse to the Thunder, and everybody's like, whatever. I don't know what the fuck that means. And the Thunder had like the worst season of all time. It was so weird. And then when Kevin Durant joined the Golden State Warriors, Lil B said, I lift a curse off Kevin Durant. And then the Golden State Warriors won like the NBA championship. It was so crazy. Lil B is like the base god. He calls himself the base god, but people were literally like, what the fuck?
He's doing some brujeria, man.
He also had like a thing where he told Kevin Durant, fine, let's ball, me and you, one-on-one. And Kevin Durant said, I bet, basically. And they never talked about it after that. Like, they actually had a game. People said they had a game. No one talks about the result, but it was enough that Kevin Durant was like, all right, we good. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Did he beat Kevin Durant, or did they just accept like each other's skill? Like, what happened?
The world may never know, man.
An enigma. He's like he goes beyond music. He's like a part of. He's like a lifestyle. It's weird. It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's so crazy that like an artist like that can go beyond that. And there are people who don't get it, or like even people who just don't care. Like, if you don't care, fine. He doesn't care either. If you don't care, he's just like, if they don't care, fuck it. It's all love. Like, that's it. That's all he says. And like, he understands that there's people who don't give a fuck about him. Which is kind of cool, because there's artists who are like, you don't know who the fuck I am, boy. It's like, no, T.I., no one gives a fuck who the fuck you are anymore. You go to your like daughter's like, you go to the gynecologist with your daughter to see if her hymen's intact. I guess you're a fucking cool dad. I guess that's fucking weird. Oh, you too, Lil Wayne. No one gives a fuck about you. Like, I don't know, man. That whole Lil Wayne shit was weird. Like, I don't even think Lil Wayne actually like. Did you hear about that?
No, what?
So Lil Wayne posted a picture with Donald Trump, which is like, I don't care. Like, it was like right at the downtime when like the election was going down, and Lil Wayne posted something, and people were saying that he didn't really write the tweet because it seemed like a copy and paste sponsorship tweet. You know, like whenever you see someone do an Instagram thing, like, "Hey guys, put." Put code Lil Wayne 20 and get 20% off Blue Chew for a bigger dick," or something like that. Like, he had like a picture of him with Donald Trump, and it was like a long ass message about how Donald Trump is for black people and all this shit. And it's like, whatever you think about that, fine. But it was obvious Lil Wayne didn't give a fuck, because people were calling him out. People were saying, how can you do this? And he didn't respond shit to it. So I just feel like Lil Wayne's like just so out of touch with like everything. Like, he doesn't go on social media. He probably has like a team responsible for that. And Donald Trump probably said, "Hey, take a picture with me and I'll give you like $6 million." He posted, and he's like, whatever.
I can believe that. I feel like Lil Wayne's just like dropped off of fucking life.
Maybe
like, they're just trying to find ways to make him relevant again.
Yeah, remember when they tried to get him on the Black Lives Matter movement, and he's like, I don't fucking care. Like, I'm cool with cops. And he was like, and people were trying to get him on that shit. And it's like, he just said his experience. I'm like, I mean, if the man doesn't, you can't force him to like a movement. That's just fucking weird to me. When you try to force somebody, like, I remember 50 Cent, I don't know if he was trolling or not, but he was like, I support Donald Trump. LOL. Because I think his reasoning was that Joe Biden was talking about a tax to the upper echelon. Yeah, like a tax for like the top 1% or whatever. The people who made
a tax. They're saying an attack on like Titan.
Oh, no. A tax.
Attack on Titan.
So like 50 Cent said, I don't want to get taxed. Yeah. I'm voting for Trump because 50 Cent's a fucking troll. I don't know if people know this. Yeah, I mean, and then Chelsea Handler, some random white bitch, was like his ex. So I'm gonna be real.
Did they really date?
Yeah, they did.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there's pictures of them. She doesn't look good now, but back then she looked all right. I'm just being real. Anyways, she was like,
Fuck what you think. That's my opinion.
she went on this whole tirade on Twitter about how
Uh-huh.
50 Cent's betraying black people. I'm like, why? Because he has his own fucking opinion, or he's fucking trolling. I don't think he gives a fuck who's president. Like, he's 50 Cent. What the fuck does he care? And it's like she made this whole thing, and all of a sudden 50 Cent caved in and said, "Oh, you know, yo, I'm actually not supporting Trump." I was like, I don't give a fuck, but that looked weird. It's like, I don't know. It's like when someone said, when I think Biden said on TV, if you don't vote for me, you're black. I'm like, you're a fucking white dude, bro. It's like if someone told you, and you're an undecided voter, if you don't vote for me, you're not Mexican. That would kind of make me think I shouldn't vote for this guy because he's a fucking asshole. Are you gonna tell me I'm not Mexican, bro? You don't even eat tortillas. You don't fucking know what the fuck.
You,
Like,
you don't know how to fucking take the tortilla de comal.
you don't fucking know. You don't no. And if you do that shit with like fucking prongs. You don't actually do, or tongs, or where the fuck they are.
You don't use your fucking hands.
You don't fucking drink Modelo. You drink fucking Corona. Okay, buddy. And you say it's Mexican beer. I'm kidding. It's whatever. I get, but it was like when people say shit like that, and then or people of like another race are like, "How can you go against your own race?" I'm like, you don't fucking know me. Like, shit, bro.
You don't know my life. You don't know what I've been through.
How's Chelsea Handler, some old white bitch, gonna tell 50 Cent how to be black? Like, have your own
It's
opinion.
because she's white and she's privileged.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I guess, like announcing your privilege. Like, I acknowledge I have privilege. It's like, okay, cool, buddy. Like, why'd you? No one asked. Whatever. It's like, it's like, I remember like someone told me about that, and I was like, well, what's that whole thing? Because like, I don't get it. Because it was like way back when they started doing this, and like some dude says, well, we're just acknowledging our privilege to empathize with the Black Lives Matter movement.
Mhm.
You know, like we have to, like we understand that we have the privilege that we don't get beat down in the streets by cops. I'm like, cool. Are you gonna? So does that mean like if you see a black dude getting beat by a cop, you're just gonna go there and be like, I acknowledge my privilege, beat me too?
What the
No,
fuck?
it's not like that, man. It's just I'm acknowledging that I have the privilege to walk down the street and not get arrested by cops. I'm like, how's that gonna help them? Like, I don't fucking get it. Maybe I'm missing the point. And I'm not saying that anybody who does that, I mean, that's a cool, I acknowledge that that's like a cool, like, affirmation that you acknowledge that there's something going on and it needs to be fixed and reformed. But at the same time, there's some people who do that and then think that they can just, like, talk shit to other people.
Mhm.
But whatever. That's neither here nor there. It's just whatever.
But I digress.
I digress.
Well,
I'm
how's
just,
Ricky at, man?
I don't know.
He said he was gonna get on.
Did you ever get into Animaniacs?
I watched it way back in the day, but I know they came out with a new season.
Yeah, I
haven't
wasn't
watched it
confident.
yet, though.
Yeah, I wasn't confident on that, but I watched it with my mom because my mom used to watch it with me and my little brother when we watched it.
Yeah.
She actually kind of liked it because she would get the references, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. At least for me, I found it pretty funny. Like they brought back Pinky and the Brain, and they even acknowledge they're very self-aware. Where they're like, there's a point where they're making fun of people who sold out on reboots, and like they're holding a Hulu flag, wearing Hulu pants and hats, and like a big old check comes through.
Is it on Hulu or is it on?
Yes, it is. It's on Hulu.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And there was a point where like Pinky and the Brain first comes on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a point where they've been gone for so long that like that they like all the characters acknowledge it. It's been 20 years since we were on TV or whatever. And it's like Pinky and the Brain goes there, and Pinky gives this whole speech about how codependency and stuff and like mental illness. And then Brain's like, shut the fuck up, Pinky. Get over here. Like it's just, actually, my psychotherapist says my codependence on you is actually bad for my mental health because of blah blah blah. And Brain is like, just here, you fucking dumbass.
That's so bad.
They even have like a Seth Meyers joke.
Really?
Yeah, it was funny. I was like, that's how relevant to game. Like Seth Meyers, like they're making fun of how he's ugly and like untalented and unfunny, and Seth Meyers. It's like, they even made fun of memes.
Okay.
And like, so what happened? Okay, so one of the things was Pinky and the Brain, they're trying to take over the world.
Yeah, of course.
And they're trying to use social media. So Brain, they were watching TV. Pinky was watching TV, like ridiculousness style, funniest videos.
Yeah.
And he saw how the people reacted. So Brain says, I'm going to invent. And Pinky was like, it'd be cool if they had TV everywhere. And I guess Brain invents the iPhone or something. I think that's kind of what they allude to.
Okay.
And he tries to make a subliminal message thing. So he tries to make a video. And the video he puts is like he puts baby clothes. He tries to make a cute video to get like views, and no one views it. And I think the only like he gets is Pinky on Instagram. So then
sounds like us.
Yeah, exactly. So then Brain gets stuck in a globe because he was trying to make a point about taking over the world. And it was kind of funny because the globe was like fucking him up. And then Pinky took a video of that and put the filter on, and it became a meme. And Brain became big, like internet famous. But the whole thing of memes is that they kind of they're very volatile. So like they'll be big for like a day or two maybe, and then people will already start losing interest. And that's what happened. He thought he could, like, he started getting big. So then he gets like a gig on something and he's like, oh, this is it. I'm going to do it. And then, but I guess like because Pinky posted another video about a pig, the meme changed over. So Brain wasn't famous no more. And he lost his chance. It was just funny because that's really true, but they were making fun of it. And the Animaniacs were like, not really making fun of it, but they were very self-aware about issues today. It's really quick, funny, man. Pretty damn funny.
Everybody's trying to get rich quick.
Oh yeah, but it's also like really funny because like they didn't change the cast, and the feel of the show is still the same. There are some moments where you're like, okay, I see what they're going for that, but it's like old school comedy. But then there's other ones where they surprise you, and you're just like, oh, that's kind of fucked. Okay, that's funny. Like, okay. They made like references to current shit, and it's still it just still feels like the same vibe. If you liked Animaniacs, you would like it. My mom even got a couple laughs again too. I was like, okay, shit. Well,
I'm gonna have to watch this. Maybe later this weekend.
Yeah,
watch a few episodes. I'll put in my
input next week. What they got. They got like 10 or 12.
Yeah, what? Hello?
Sorry, they got like 10 or 12 episodes on.
Okay, yeah. It's like a weekly thing, or just like
they told me it was. I had a friend at work who was into the show too, and he told me about it. He thought it was a weekly thing, but it looks like all the episodes are on there because I watched like 4 episodes with my mom.
Okay,
and it was like there. It's pretty funny. It's literally the same theme song, just a little bit changed, and it kind of does tackle some social. Like I think the theme song talks about how they're like gender inclusive and ethnic inclusive, and like I don't care because like I don't know. Have you ever seen that movie Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Like you didn't really like. What'd you think of it?
I mean, it was okay. I mean,
yeah, exactly. It was okay, right?
Yeah.
You didn't feel like you were bogged down in like feminist ideology and shit. Exactly. When like
I kind of fell asleep towards the end, but
like objectively, it wasn't the best Marvel movie, but it still had enough action to keep me interested. And I remember hearing about it. People were talking about what Brie Larson said about and all that shit. How she doesn't want white men watching the movie because the movie's not meant for white men or whatever. And she was going on this whole tirade. But I always separate that from the movie because I'm like, you can't tell me.
See, I didn't know anything about that.
Exactly, me neither. I found out about this after because I had a friend tell me, "Oh, you saw that movie? I'm never gonna watch that movie. Why? Brie Larson's a fucking bitch." I'm like, "Whoa, why?" She said the movie was about female empowerment, and I was like, "Well, what's wrong with that? Like what's wrong with female? Like what's wrong with wanting more for females? Like I don't know, like so that we all prosper. I don't care." But he was like, "No, she said this," and I looked up the press conferences, and she did say stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't fucking give a fuck. It's just a movie. I kind of separate the movie from like the press stuff, you know. And it's like people were all talking about how, oh, that movie's probably a bunch of feminist hoo-ha and a bunch of like anti-male rhetoric and all, and I'm like, I didn't get that from the movie. The movie was just a regular Marvel movie. I feel like. Yeah, it was. If anything, like Samuel Jackson and the male cat were like more of a bigger star on the movie, to be honest. And like they're like, oh, it's Brie Larson was talking about how, or if you look at Brie Larson's character, it's about how she, is like all this and that, and how she's better than. I'm like, well, she gets powers that make her better. I don't see what the problem is. It makes sense. Like, fine. It reminds me of like the Harley Quinn movie. People were talking shit about the Harley Quinn movie. How
you never watched that movie either? I
watched it, and I would be lying if I said I didn't have fun watching it. It's pretty good action. I actually like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I didn't like her at first on like Suicide Squad, but as it kept going, I like her, and it's a good movie. I think it's a good movie. I don't like how they kind of make Black Mask to be like he's the villain of the movie. Really? I don't like how he you know who that is, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like how they make him kind of like a throwaway villain. I'm like, they could have done more with him, but I understand why. The movie was fine. It had good action. It had good music. Yeah, it had a good feel for it and a good pacing. I don't know what people had a problem with. It was like they knew what they were getting. It was about Harley Quinn and like the Birds of Prey, like, and it set them up.
They were the main focus of the movie.
Yeah, and people were like telling me how, oh, it's all about female empowerment, or some people were like, DC doesn't know what the fuck to do, and I was like, I watched it by myself in the theater because I
wanted to go with you.
No, nobody did, and because my parents aren't into that shit, and I was like, in my family, and then I was just like, I don't give a fuck. I just want to date it myself. So I just went there, got a big old large Mr. Pibb, and just sat there with popcorn and Mr. Pibb. It was great. And I watched the movie, and I enjoyed it.
Dude, I miss the days we go to theaters.
I remember going to the theaters. I remember sitting in the chair by yourself, not being interrupted, and hearing other people laughing at a movie.
Oh, God. Dude, okay, you know what? I'm going to sound terrible in this, but I absolutely hated watching Avengers, the last one that came out.
The Endgame?
Yeah. I absolutely despised watching that movie in theaters. Just because when I watch my movies, I like to watch them in peace, I like to sit down, eat my snacks, I'll laugh to myself, haha,
Yeah, like if everybody chuckles at a funny part, fine.
Yeah. I mean, everybody,
that's fine.
But, I mean, I get it. Everybody comes out, woo, but it's like...
Or they do too much, and you're just
like...
First night, I get it.
It's like, woo! I'm like, dude, shut the fuck! I'm trying to watch a movie here.
Oh, he wrong for that one, and you're like, everybody knows he wrong for that one. Why the fuck you gotta yell it?
Exactly. I mean, I just don't like that, man. I like being able to sit in peace, watch my movie, and enjoy it. That's why I try not to go to theaters as much.
Yeah, like when me and Ricky watched Deadpool 2, it was perfect because everybody laughed when they needed to. Everybody would do little jokes, and it's like that movie is just perfect for like. There's sometimes where the joke only hits one person who read the comic book, and you'll hear like, "Oh yeah, he's this," and blah blah blah. You hear one person in the back, ha ha. That, but when it's like Endgame and you're trying to take it seriously, because I'm gonna be real, when I saw the first one, Infinity War, that ending to that movie was perfect. It was fucking beautiful. Thanos won. He says, "I'm gonna do it." He does it. Everybody, I got scared. It was a scary thing for me when people started disappearing. Noah, he didn't know what the fuck to do. And when Spider-Man was when you hear Spider-Man, I don't feel good, Mr. Stark. And someone in the back was like, oh my God. I was like, that was perfect because you could hear how people were legit feeling, and I legit was crying too because it's like this is a kid who doesn't want to die. And Tony Stark is holding him dying, and he feels responsible.
See, I'm cynical. I laugh at that.
Oh yeah, but at the same time, you can't deny it was a perfect ending. He won.
No, it was a really good ending.
And he did what he said he would do. He would retire and smile on the dawn of a new universe, and that's exactly what he did. The music was perfect. He sits down and he looks at the son,
he
and
has his
even though
code
he
Java.
regrets yeah, even though he regrets what it cost, the only person he loved, he still at the same time acknowledges that he finished his mission, and he smiles. He has like a little half cracked smile where it's like, I did it,
Yeah.
and like he's about to cry because he knows what it cost.
Yeah.
And you're just like, God damn it, this was a great fucking ending. Marvel did so good with Infinity War ending. But then you see Endgame, and yeah, the same thing with me. All these people were all hyped on Endgame.
Mhm.
And then when Tony was about to die, and I'm gonna be real, Tony was my favorite character through the whole thing. When he was dying, spoiler alert, and you're just like, God damn it. And then someone's like, I'll get over it. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, I get it. Some people don't like that Tony's the focus of the thing, but
Tony's the
Get the-
focus of the thing.
He was the first one.
I thought
Yeah,
it was,
he's
I
the
thought, I
one.
thought, I thought,
He started the whole thing.
I thought it
He's
was
the-
about freaking Steve
Captain
Rogers.
America.
Yeah, I thought he was the main focus of the whole thing.
But
Both of them.
who solved the time loop thing that made time?
The Hulk.
No, he fucked up. He was totally horrible. He made Ant-Man into a
Hey! He started it.
No, here it is.
Hulk walked so Tony Stark could run.
No, shut
Yes.
the fuck up. Eat a
Yes.
dick. Anyways. Oh, hi, Ricky. Eat
Hey,
a
Ricky, welcome back.
Anyways, no, let's be real. The whole
And that does it for today's episode. No, I'm kidding.
You know what?
My opinion only.
Next episode, Doo-Doo Cast boys. It's going to be a real heated debate.
No. It was all about Steve Rogers.
No,
Yes, it was.
it was both of them.
In my opinion, it was all about Steve Rogers. I can hardly remember anything that what's his face did. I don't even remember his name.
If you wanna
And that's
argue-
it for today's.
If you want to argue that it's about Steve Rogers, you also have to acknowledge that it's about Tony Stark, and that most of the movie starting from Civil War was like
Civil War, or even Infinity War and Endgame, they go back in time to Tony Stark's ancestors to set shit into motion.
Well, first of all, they completely changed the characters, so that's not even real. Tony Stark's dad doesn't even look like Tony Stark.
think about okay, so a lot of Tony's stuff, like you see it starting all the way from Civil War, is that he is the way he is because he never reconciled with his dad before he died, right?
Exactly.
Literally, the movie in which he dies, he gets to say goodbye to his dad, get that moment of like,
Mom as well, because he was like, his mom was trying to get them to reconcile themselves because his mom was like kind of like in the middle, and it's like he kind of had regrets all that shit.
and then Steve just kind of gets the like, hey, I can go back in time, and that's Steve's whole arc. Like, I can live the life that I was denied because of all this superhero bullshit.
Well, also in Civil War, Tony acknowledges that maybe he doesn't know everything. Maybe he doesn't know what's right for the world because he sees the effects of what his ideology brought, and it jailed people who just really truly believe that there's another way to save the world other than, you know, all that shit. And it's like he realized he was wrong as well. He grew as a person in Civil War. I would argue that out of all of it, because me and my mom and my sister watched it all when we got Disney Plus, and we watched the whole thing. Civil War is my favorite out of all of it.
I like watching Tony get his ass whooped.
And that's fine. And that's fine. But you
And
you
then
can't help
cry
it.
because of his daddy. Because he
And
has
you're like,
daddy issues.
You're like laughing. You're like, and then, and then. Oh,
And
hey,
then he
Rick,
cried because
you
he has
got real
daddy
good.
issues.
It's almost like you got
Huh?
a PC, bro.
What?
It's almost like you got a PC since the last podcast.
To be fair, my audio quality is about the same because I would use a headset plugged in directly into my phone.
Yeah, but it's more.
It's more stable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're fucking welcome. No,
Not even me, JC. Not
I
even me.
I didn't do this for a thanks. I was just like, it's about time Ricky gets a PC. But yeah, and then I've been seeing him play games. I'm like, oh, look at Ricky playing the games he wanted to.
Not even inviting us.
Gee.
To be fair, a lot of those are just like
I like
fucking
single-player games, yeah.
Yeah.
4X games that I'm just like I need to build my base. Well, no, all of those are multiplayer. It's just they're very involved
And
multiplayer.
there's a lot of like free games that you can get, or like really cheap ones. So
Yeah.
where are the games you've been playing recently? Like seriously.
Give me a second,
Join.
gentlemen. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Warhammer or Total War Warhammer. Because like the whole 4X kind of thing. Like I've always like had an eye on those kinds of games, but never
Mhm.
had a PC.
Yeah,
So
exactly. That's the first thing I did
um,
when I got a PC. I was like, I'm gonna play all these games. And
so
then I heard
I
Conquer was coming out.
so I first off, like way back when Epic was giving out the Civ 6, I think, for
Yeah.
free. So
Yeah,
I ended up grabbing that back then, and
I think
I
I
finally
got that too. They
yeah, I
also
found-
gave out they gave out the Arkham collection at one point.
I didn't
got
get that.
I got that. I got the whole Arkham. I was like, I'm not gonna download this. I'm not gonna install it now, but I'm gonna get this for some time because it gave Arkham Knight and the
Yeah.
Arkham Origin, like the first 3 games.
First two games. That collection doesn't count in Origin.
What are you talking about? What the fuck is Origin?
Is Origin the one that was like rated 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10?
No, Origins is the one that's like super buggy. It had a multiplayer mode.
No,
Like
I don't know
okay, I played
about.
that one.
the
and-
3 versus 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay,
fuck.
I remember that game.
Okay, no, okay, I'll be real. The story was passable. I'm not like people were shitting on the story.
Okay.
It was predictable, but it was passable.
It was super buggy though, like to the point where I
Oh, I
finished.
had to restart 2
right?
missions.
Well, I finished the boss fight. I beat the boss. I'm watching the cutscene. Middle of the cutscene, I get a game over. Why? Because for some reason in the background,
The
freaking
battle was
Batman.
still going on.
Well, not even the battle was still going on. The game spawned me on top of a fire,
And it burnt you.
and I ended up dying because of that. So I'm watching this cutscene, and then I get a freaking game over screen. The fucking Joker telling me like you're a fucking dumbass, and I was like, I didn't even do anything.
I didn't fucking do shit, bro. I played the DLC with the Joker. That was like not the Killing Joke, but like how he became the Joker.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Troy Baker, he does. Oh my!
Oh yeah, he fucking killed
He
it.
does a pretty good Joker. I won't
He
lie.
does a really good Mark Hamill.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He does the laugh that Mark Hamill does pretty well, and he has like the voice. But I feel like it's like these other people take it on, like John DiMaggio. He made it his own. He's pretty
Yeah.
good. And like when I hear John DiMaggio's Joker, I was like, I wouldn't mind seeing like another animated film with him because
Mhm.
it was pretty good, and especially a big event like the death of Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
Ooh.
now, see, when you see Arkham Knight and you see how predictable that story is, and you see the voice actors and Mark Hamill, you're like, there's no one else. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's just, I can like all the other ones as much. I can like Troy Baker's performance, but they're all just trying to emulate at some point Mark Hamill. Even though John DiMaggio did his own rendition, you're still kind of like, it's still remnants of that original
Mhm.
performance. You can't beat it.
You know who was a really good Joker?
Who?
Mark Hamill.
My mom.
Hamill was.
Well, I know your mom made the Mark Hamill impression.
Who was that? Who was that dude who was a gay cowboy? He was all right.
Your mom?
Yes, my mom was all right. Hey, she won an Academy Award for that gay cowboy movie, dog. Respect.
Who was that name of that gay cowboy?
Oh, look at fucking Troy Baker me. Oh yeah,
So,
I remember-
I have it timestamped so that it goes straight to the part.
what was I was gonna ask, what was that one? What's the thing that John DiMaggio and Troy Baker were on? Because there was a panel for that specific. I don't know if it was a show or if it was like a movie.
I
or
mean,
if
it's,
it- a game, because there's a point where they asked both of them to recreate their Joker stuff, and they both had them.
I mean, with like John DiMaggio, it's
He's like an
like he's in everything, man. The man, he was Jake the dog.
dude. By the way, there's a new Adventure Time special that we need to watch, boys.
Oh, the
The
is it
Marceline Princess Bubblegum one.
yeah, Obsidian.
Yes, it looks really good. I think it's on HBO Max right now.
I don't have HBO Max.
Well, I do. I can stream it sometime.
Okay.
Yeah, we can just watch it off of here. I have it too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you edit all your stuff. So how does it feel to watch shit on your PC? And you're like, fuck yeah.
I mean, my TV has streaming, so
Well,
I'm watching it on my
whatever,
TV either
Ricky.
way.
We're not
I'm
talking
watching-
about your
Ricky.
TV. We're not talking about your TV, Ricky. We're talking about your
We're
PC.
talking about the PCs, guys. You know, all
Yep.
these specs.
Yeah, you're sounding
I-
real unappreciative. Imagine in the background. You sounded real unappreciative, dog. It's like, was that a bang? No, that was nothing. That was nothing.
For me, like I like to see it and everything. It's my TV that's the issue with it because
Yeah, exactly. They can't like put it to the top.
yeah, it I get a lot of screen tearing, so a lot of games I just have to put into I have to turn on VSync. Otherwise, I'm just getting screen tearing.
Dude, but I have like a 1070. But at the same time, it's just the way new games are made. It's just, I mean, I just put VSync. People are like, "Oh, well, VSync lowers your response." I'm like, I don't notice it, so I don't give a fuck.
It's not even the response. Like what I'm noticing, because I'll turn on the frame rate indicator, right,
Mhm.
for a bunch of games, and it's like my frame rate will go from 90 to 30, and it's locked at 30 as soon as I turn on VSync.
Well, that makes sense because depending on what you're putting.
Yeah. So like if anything, if a game allows me, I could probably tweak it to 60.
I remember Andrew. Shouts out to Andrew for the PC. He
Yeah.
sent me the specs. I'm like, God damn, this is a better PC than my build. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got a better PC than me.
Yeah. I was like,
Good graphics card, and I was like, it's a pretty good. Oh, okay. I just noticed now we have a JC's timeout chat.
oh, you barely noticed that, dude? Oh, you just added that on here.
We have a
Oh, that's
specific.
how we do it. Okay, sorry. Okay, I have to click it. Fuck you.
I just want to see how it works.
Fuck you.
Like we've had that in the other one.
No, I know, but only Panchito could do it.
Oh.
So I want to
Stop
see how.
No, can I ask Ricky my thing?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, good. You motherfucker! Fuck you! Fuck you! Let me ask the question. Fuck you. I'm not gonna ask until I have. Oh, you said Ricky the timeout. You're an asshole. Okay, there. Stop! Stop! We're not doing this. It was. He sent himself to the gym. Anyways. Oh god, that whiskey. I mean, water was spicy.
100% water, man. I mean, 1,000% water.
Yeah. And did you see my retweet,
Which one?
Ricky?
Which one?
So, okay. So I don't know if you guys know, but with VTubers and stuff, there's often criticism with like people saying like some of these VTubers are playing characters that are like, pandering to certain fantasies. Whatever. Say what you will. I'm part of some of those communities, and I know that for the most part, there are some people who are like
They play it up.
Yeah, they play it. But for the most part, it's a pretty, I would say, wholesome community for some VTubers. There's some VTubers that like, Neanners and Silverveil and Iron Mouse and Project Melody.
Oh, dude, Project Melody.
Oh, Joey, if you don't know Project Melody, you gotta look that up without your girlfriend.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Okay,
Or
never
don't.
mind. I won't. I will not. Thanks for that. Thanks for that update.
No. Remember, don't look up Project Melody. Project with the K. But those there's some VTubers that are lewd and they play it. But for the most part, the HoloLive VTubers are pretty wholesome. And it's all about community where you watch them, you make memes about them, they play it up.
Community was a really good show.
It was.
Until last season.
It was not.
At least they found out who the quarter cracker was.
What was that one episode where they like flipped not a coin? What did like they rolled a dice or something and it says by doing this make
You make
certain number of
7
timelines.
different holes.
Yeah, and like there was one where it turned out really good, where
Mhm.
like the two characters who you were rooting to get together admitted that they liked each other. Everybody was happy. Then the other timelines were like shit, except for one person.
Fucking
That made me think about string theory so hard.
no, dude.
Then-
I've thought about string theories like since the
Wasn't
longest.
there
Man.
one where like the Indian dude goes out and then comes back and the whole place is no? It was
Native American.
It was sorry. No, yeah, yes, I'm sorry. No, it
Hey,
was
man.
Childish Gambino.
I know.
He went out and he came back and the whole place was on fire and he had the pizza or something.
The meme.
Yeah, I mean, there's that meme, yeah, but like that was the actual thing where he came back and it was a timeline
Mhm.
where it all went to shit.
Wait, what about the episode?
Well, it just made me think that what the fuck? Like, there's one timeline where everything turns out perfect, and then the rest of them were just shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't even know which timeline happened. Which
Yeah.
one did happen?
So what they ended up doing was what's his face ended up catching the dice because
And it was like, yeah, we shouldn't mess with this, and then left.
yeah, no, because he's basically like, yeah, that's the only way he's gonna do it without, you know.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
it's
yeah.
the,
Okay,
the
sorry,
6
yeah, 'cause that
dice
was the
and the 7
seventh-
people.
Yeah, that was the 7th timeline that they caught it, and they never found out.
It becomes a Schrodinger's cat scenario of like, well, any of these timelines could happen at this point, but we'll
Mhm.
never know which one is the real
Mhm.
one.
Yo, I had to explain Schrodinger's cat to somebody, and I can only lose so many brain cells before someone asks me stupid ass questions about that shit. And you're like, I don't think you fucking get it. How is it in the same state? How is it both dead and alive at the same
We
time?
don't know until we
Don't
open
know.
the
So
box.
technically, it's in a in between state where it is either dead or alive until you open the box and find out the cat took the poison. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you, bitch. Just get back in my apartment and we'll fuck. And it's like I couldn't handle her. That's why I stopped seeing her. God damn it. She was so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I'm bringing back memories. Okay, let's forget this. Schrodinger's cat is off limits now on the Dudu cast.
What you call it? Shoeringer's cat?
Schrodinger's cat. SCHRO Dinger's cat.
Fingers.
I'm gonna explain this, Ricky. It's like that whole thing of yeah. So I was telling Joey about the Animaniacs. Have you seen it?
Oh, dude, I've seen the first few episodes. They fucking killed it.
No, here I told Rick. I told Joey. I saw some parts where yes, they were hamming up certain things, but overall, some of the jokes were still basically the same. It's
Yeah.
just now.
Yeah. No.
But there
Okay.
are some parts where it's like no mansplaining. I was like, okay, Dot, we get it.
Okay, but like that whole
Gender
bit,
neutral shit with the ethnic, like I get it.
that whole bit with the where they're doing the
voting.
Odyssey, where they're doing the
the
Odyssey,
yeah.
and they get to the Cyclops Island,
And yeah, when they get to the Cyclops, I was like, okay.
and
My mom was laughing her ass off though. I
oh,
was like,
dude, we were fucking dying. And
I
then
was
like
dying.
he's like, "This is the best island ever. I can
In
see,
fact, this is the finest island of all time.
I can see it with
The
both
nipple.
of my eyes."
The nipple.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god. My mom loved it. I was like, Mom, stop laughing. She's like, she's losing it.
Oh,
She-
dude,
She didn't even drink her wine yet. She was losing it.
we were dying watching that.
I love it. I love it. Pinky in the Brain. When I heard the theme song again, I was like, yeah. And Noah was watching it, like, I don't know what this is about. And then when he watched it, he's like, okay, this is funny. When I was telling Joey about the memes where Brain wants to take over the world with memes and how volatile the nature of memes are, that he basically he had it for his
Gives up. Yeah, he like has it and then he loses it instantly.
And I was like, that's so perfect. Because it's just jokes. It's not even like they're trying to, like, some of them you could probably argue to try and make political statements, whatever. But for the most part, they're legit making jokes about the current political climate, and they're kind of like going against both of them, like both sides of the aisle. Where it's
And
like,
see, I had a problem with the show like a couple of episodes in, and this is minor spoilers with one of the gags, but I was like, where the hell are the rest of the characters?
yeah,
Right? And then they explain what happened to the rest of the characters. And I was like, oh, literally right when I asked it, this show decided to explain what happened.
exactly. I was like, wait, What about this?
I was like, what?
Oh yeah, by the way, we haven't been on TV for like 20 years, so you gotta do this. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks.
Where it was
So
like,
wait, I have a question for y'all. So when the show first comes out, are they coming out of their tower, the Warner Tower?
no,
No, the first reference is a Jurassic Park reference, and they
Yeah.
talk about how they haven't been seen for a while. And then it goes to the theme song, and it's literally the same, like some of the same animation. They kind of change the little things, and they're very, like I told you, they're very self-aware. Because I told Joey about how they're like, yeah, and all these people fucking sell out while they're wearing Hulu pants with Hulu hats and they're waving a Hulu flag.
yeah,
and a
because
big old check goes around.
they have this huge like bit on about a remix.
Yeah, about reboots and about how Hollywood has no originality, so all they know what to do is just reboot stuff for quick cash grab.
And
That's about right.
see, it's funny because they even like talk about like, okay, so this show was made in 2018. We don't
Yeah,
know
it
what's gonna happen in 2020.
So they just guessed. They just guessed that we would be taken over by the Russians and have like a drone war.
Yeah, like they're doing this whole like catch up song, and they're just like, all right, so we caught up, but we still have 2 years left. So
Yeah, this was written in 2018. Harry's like, that's where the magic of the writers come in. And some of the stuff they got was kind of right. I'm not gonna.
talking about like the whole like the Russian bots like taking over through like Facebook and things like that. I was like,
Yeah, it was. You're not wrong. And Pinky in the Brain. Oh my god! Like the Game of Thrones reference when Brain was like,
oh
am the
yeah,
founder of my mom lost it because she loves Game of Thrones. I was like, this is good, so good. Like they didn't change anything really. They had Bill Clinton on the saxophone
What the
just for a
fuck?
throwback. They had him
That's
for a
hilarious.
throwback.
like Bill Clinton on the sax.
They had an anime moment, Joey.
Oh dude, the
They had
anime Niax.
Soul
Anime.
Eater, fucking Dot as a magical girl,
The-
anime moment.
They had the anime Niax.
The Animaniacs. It was so good. It was, oh my god. That guy was so weird. And then when that happened in the animation on the fights and shit, it was amazing.
And like the joke didn't click for me until the very end, where the whole thing is about guns and how like everyone has guns because they're calling it's all about like fucking rabbits, right? And the guy is like giving everybody rabbits, but he's like, look at my buns, here's my buns, and things like that.
And then like bunnies, but like at the same time, and then like I love how they even pointed at the joke, like, yeah, and that joke wasn't a metaphor or anything, right? Nope. It was told. Yeah, okay, well let's just go over here. Totally not a metaphor. Yep, not a metaphor at all. And you're like, we know what you meant. And it's like, yeah, buns are kind of dangerous, especially when you just give them to anybody.
Yeah. Oh, the show's
Especially
great.
people- yeah, it's I would say. And then did you ever see that where it's like what was it on Pinky the Brain where it says like you should call it devilish because I'm taking them to hell. I was like, damn, they're so good. They don't give a fuck. They're making some jokes that I would be like, this is on Hulu? Like Hulu totally allowed this because they were making some jokes about how like corporate shit and even like jokes against Hulu. Like
well, I'm sure Hulu's trying to be like Fox meta.
It reminds me of like Beavis and Butthead in the heyday, where it was like they were making fun of MTV shit. It's so good. But
Is Ricky trying to talk?
Ricky?
His thing's moving, but I can't hear anything.
What?
There he is.
Oh, okay. It was showing you were talking, but we didn't hear shit.
Oh, I don't know.
But God. Oh, sorry. Let me go back to my thing. So, did you ever hear about Ventriloquist, that app where it was like before Discord, it was Ventriloquist?
No.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
So before Discord and people had like a thing, it was like kind of more of a radio than Discord. Discord's like an actual like voice chat. Ventriloquist is like you can rent out like a channel and like, but you couldn't mute people. So whoever had the way to get in, they just could say whatever and you couldn't stop them. and there was this guy who would do something called ventriloquist harassment, but they would call it vent for short.
I
he would
remember you showed this to me,
soundboard.
Ricky. I think it was pretty sure it was you with the Duke Nukem.
Yeah, with the Duke Nukem soundboard, and he went and like someone had like a guild and this like Brooklyn or Boston mom. I sent the video in the Doo
Discord.
cast.
Yeah.
And it's like the mom is there, like he's like balls of steel. It's like fuck you, your mother, fuck you, and she gets like she just loses her shit and just goes all like Boston, Brooklyn mom, where she's just like, I will tear your balls out and give you a pussy. I'll make you a blank, you motherfucker. I will fucking get like she just loses it. And it's just a guy like balls of steel and like shove it up your ass.
Balls of steel.
Yeah, it's like shove it up your ass. Or it's and it's like I'll tear your head off and shit down the throat. And like shit like that. It's like all of the Duke Nukem lines, and he just annoys. And he has other videos, but I was telling Joey about how like back then it was crazy how like trolls, like people didn't know how to deal with it because trolls were so new, because the internet was still kind of new, like YouTube and all that. That like it was just funnier because people didn't know how to react. Like this woman's losing her shit, and all she's there like, I would like everybody's name in this balls of steel. I would like everybody's balls of steel, and she's like, you motherfucker. Like she doesn't know how to react, and plus it's like ventriloquist was like you had channels, you couldn't do shit, you couldn't mute people.
Well, it's like that whole bit with the John Cena SummerSlam fucking phone call, where like the mom banned wrestling at their house, and the radio station kept calling them, telling them like they won tickets to SummerSlam. He's like, you Super Slam. He's like,
did they call like somebody's wife for that?
Yeah, they called the mom because she banned wrestling.
Because it's too violent.
Yeah.
Even the G era of WWE.
Yeah. Franco, there it is. I'll put it on the Discord.
Speaking of John Cena, you see him in the trailer for the Suicide Squad?
Yes.
Is that an actual character?
Yes.
John
like,
Cena?
and he was in the Suicide Squad, right? That character.
I mean, the Suicide Squad is any villain that.
That was a villain.
Yeah, all of them are supposed to be villains, dude.
Because like
it's mainly C and D tier villains. Like,
yeah,
did you know
that polka dot guy?
Oh,
I saw the phone call, but I don't know who the fuck. What's his power?
Dude, Polka Dot, Dot Man. Polka Dot Man is think Looney Tunes. Think Looney Tunes with the fucking holes where they can like jump through holes and end up on the other end.
Oh yeah, like a Roadrunner where he painted the thing. Like,
the Roadrunner.
Roadrunner was still able to run through it.
That's his deal.
Is it like for real?
He can rob banks because he'll just throw a polka dot on the fucking
and then go through it. He breaks out of it.
Yeah,
and, like knows where he went.
Yeah.
Who's John Cena?
John Cena is a.
John Cena is a. He used to be a wrestler. Now he's an actor. You know, he's moved on.
Let me see the guy's name. Let me.
He's supposed to be like a vigilante that takes it too far. He's Captain America that takes it too far.
You mean Batman?
Well,
Batman broke some people's necks in the games.
I love how Batman, it's like, I'm not going to kill you, but these hospital bills will. I remember one of the things was on one of the games, he's there, right? And he grabs a dude, you know, you're interrogating him for some of the things to find certain people. It's like, okay, I'll tell you. The Joker's over on the docks. And he's like, if you're lying, I'll break the other one. And the guy's like, the other one? No way. He breaks his arm. I'm like, yo, how does this make a living, Batman? Like,
he's the peacemaker.
You mean the pieces maker?
The peacemaker.
The pieces maker.
No, it's the wait. Pete Davidson's on this shit too.
Yeah.
The Black Guard.
Yeah.
Who's the Black Guard?
Dude, like I said, they're all like D list.
I was gonna say I've never heard of any of these. I'm pretty sure Ricky might know because Ricky like He reads everything. Well, Bloodsport, I heard, wasn't he featured on the Flash series or something?
Well,
think
Bloodsport was
so.
actually a movie with John Claude.
Joel Van Damme.
No, I know that asshole, but
I mean, your name literally came from that guy's name. So you
that's
know.
literally where it came from. I know, but look,
I mean, come on.
Alright, let
Your dad would be ashamed if you didn't know what Bloodsport was.
oh no, let me see. Let me tell you let me tell you real quick. When I first saw Bloodsport, it was with my tios, right? And they love Jean-Claude Van Damme movies
Mhm.
and like all that shit. They played Bloodsport, and the dude, like, he fucks everybody up.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the movie, it said Jean-Claude Van Damme as the character's name. I said, "Oh, he has the same name as me." And they're like, "Yeah, you're named after that dude, so you gotta learn karate so you can do that because
Mhm.
we're gonna put you in that." I was like, "What?" And I as a kid got scared that I was legit gonna join a blood sport. And I was like, "What?" And my dad's like, "They're just fucking with you." And like, but I did get your name from that. And my mom's like, "Mm-hmm." When I was out, I was like, "Why?" She's like, "It took you 21 hours of labor." I was like, 21 hours.
So I'm on the Peacemaker wiki page,
Uh-huh.
and it says the Peacemaker is a pacifist diplomat so committed to peace that he's willing to use force as superhero to advance the cause.
Diplomat if he's willing to use force. The character has been described by John Cena as a douchey Captain America.
Most of the villains he goes up against are dictators and warlords. He later finds out that the peace through violence efforts were the result of serious mental illness brought on by the shame of having a Nazi death camp commandant for a father.
That makes sense. I'm totally behind that guy.
Yeah, he apparently also shows up in Doomsday Clock
The Doomsday what?
to fight off against Dr. Manhattan.
He fights? What's his power?
Diplomacy.
He's
Vigilante. Is he like Batman? He has no powers. He just has like a super.
yes. He's a
How's he gonna fight? How's he gonna fight Dr. Manhattan, who literally
with pacifism, all right? With pacifism
pacifism
through force.
When have you heard about that, Joey? The countdown to Doomsday.
No.
So
it's a sequel to Watchmen.
So
Oh,
okay,
really?
so the Watchmen have been taken into the DC universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a point where remember like not just Batman, but like Superman. He kept coming back at different timelines, because every comic book line is like in the current time,
Yeah.
So there's like the old school 60s Superman, there's the 70s Superman, the reboot, then there's the current Superman. Dr. Manhattan, who can control like time and space, I guess. Or is it just time, Ricky?
He's a quantum being, so time and space.
So he keeps changing so he's very intrigued with Superman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he says like he sees Superman show up in like the 60s or something, and he says, "Well, no, let me move him forward. Let me change time and space so that Superman appears, or
in the
Superman
80s or in the
80s and 90s or 2000s or the current time." And it basically explains why every Superman timeline existed. It's kind of like how on Mortal Kombat, where it kind of explains what every Mortal Kombat game was. It was just Chronica like redoing the timeline to get the desired result. So it explains like Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 4, like all the other ones. Yeah, it was just her restarting time to get the desired result, right? This is the same thing, kind of, where it's like Dr. Manhattan just changes when Superman lands in Oklahoma? Kansas?
Some back
in Kansas.
water.
Kansas. But he sees no matter where he makes Superman come back, the same result seems to happen. And he can see
Manhattan?
No, so like, but here it is. Dr. Manhattan sees everything up until one point when he meets Superman, and he doesn't see anything past that. So I think he assumes like he just dies. Or what is it, Ricky? Like he just assumes that something happens that is beyond his view.
He wants to know what it is.
He doesn't know, but like he's trying to like kind of change it to see if he can find out. But everything happens, and everybody he notices that no matter when he makes Superman appear on Earth, it all just kind of molds together, and the Justice League always seems to be formed, and these people always gravitate to him. And it's fucking crazy. So I guess like he's trying to see what happens, and Countdown to Doomsday is when Superman and him like confront each other or whatever.
Well,
Did it?
Doomsday Clock is the finale, and
Did
they
it?
try. Yeah, it's been over, dude.
I haven't, because I remember I like read the first couple bits of it, and I was like, I'm gonna wait till this is over.
It ended literally like about a year ago. The
Okay.
last issue was December 18th, 2019.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, it was around like
See,
A year
yeah, it was
ago.
starting of December when I found out about it, and then I was like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
December 18th, 2019.
Oh, 2019.
But it started all the way from like fucking 2017.
Damn.
Yeah.
2 years, not bad.
Well, because
Someone-
like the issues would come out like very sporadically.
Mm.
And Dr. Manhattan was real crazy in it. He was like, with the way he was explaining stuff, I'm like, what the fuck are they gonna do with this? This is crazy. Whoa, wait, talking about Joel Kinnaman is still gonna be, no, it's a new guy as Rick Flag.
Yeah.
Why did they change Rick Flag? The first guy was fine.
They want to wash their hands from the last Suicide Squad.
Who's Sylvester Stallone gonna be?
I think he's the bad guy.
Okay, of course, Jay Courtney. Okay, I was okay with Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, he's the only one that comes back along with what's
Along
her
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. They're the only ones that come back.
I was telling Joey, I actually was okay with her in Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. I was okay.
He was okay with her.
Like no, I don't.
Okay.
In the original Suicide Squad, I was like, this is dumb. They're focusing too much on her. Because they're like all the trailers were like her putting on her clothes, and everybody's like, "Oh, she's so hot."
Because it's fucking Harley Quinn, dude. She's
No, exactly. But like the whole thing was, I was like, okay, is the whole? But then the whole movie wasn't about that, so I was like, fine. But then when I saw Harley Quinn or the whatever the whole long ass title was, Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey,
Birds of Prey.
it was really fun for me to watch. Like some of the action scenes were great. Like that whole fight in the police station, and then she like that one where they're shooting where she's behind a Coke.
Yeah.
Shooting it, and she inhales it and goes, yeah, and she like goes all off and does that drop kick on that one dude, like, and she throws her bat on the ground and like bashes him.
Doesn't she break some guy's neck by like wrapping her legs around his?
Yeah, she breaks it and she like goes and like does it, and then the last guy tries to put she kicks him, and when the guy tries to put his gun up, she like bangs her bat on the ground and it ricochets and bashes him in the face in slow motion. It was so cool, and the ending was fine. I just told him that I don't know why they made Black Mask like some little throwaway villain, and like
dude.
Zaz was some however they did Zaz in this movie was great. I was like, Zaz would be a boring ass dude, to be honest, but the way they did him in that movie was great. It was great. He was that weirdo guy who was like an asshole, and it was so good. I loved it that I didn't mind it. Also, didn't they announce a Mortal Kombat movie from Warner Brothers?
So that leads into the news for today about the Warner Brothers announcing that all their movies that are slated for 2021 are going to be released on HBO Max day and date at the theater release.
I'll be real, I might watch some of these movies. Just
granted, they're only going to be out on HBO Max for the first 30 days.
Oh, the first 30 days. I thought that was the first week. Damn.
No, for the first 30 days.
Yeah, and then they showed like a bunch of logos. Like there's a new Conjuring movie they're trying to make.
Yeah.
And then they show Mortal Kombat, and I thought that logo was a fake logo, but I guess it was real because it like leaked like last week, and I was like, that's a fake logo.
No, they announced that they were making this movie since like last year.
I wonder if they don't have Jean-Claude Van Damme as Johnny Cage. I'm kidding.
No, they should, but
they
no.
should as like for the meme. They should for the meme, and then have like a guy who plays stunt double actually be the real Johnny Cage that they're talking about. Where they're like, we're trying to get Johnny Cage, and they accidentally get his like stunt double who says he's all.
They're gonna have Keanu Reeves as fucking what's his face Kenshi. They're gonna have fucking John Cena. They're gonna have John Cena as fucking the SWAT guy. I forgot his name.
Striker.
Ryan Reynolds as fucking
I'm gonna be real.
confirmed, or are you just guessing?
I'm gonna be real. All of the actors that I've seen so far have been like no names. I've never seen you guys before.
They have
Which is
Terry Crews as Jax, Ryan Reynolds
No,
as fucking.
Okay, who's the guy who played Black Dynamite?
Michael J. White.
He could be Jack. No, what was I thinking about? No, never mind. Not
Terry
him.
Crews. Terry Crews as Jax. They have The Rock as fucking Shao Kahn.
Oh, yo, you suck. And he's so good. I love this trailer. Okay, I think I think when I first heard about
Ooh, the director
Ryan
is
Reynolds,
James
Johnny
Wan.
Cage. There you go.
what happened,
Ryan
It's
Reynolds,
directed
Johnny
by James
Cage.
Wan. Oh no. Why the hell is James Wan here?
be a producer.
He might be a producer. Sonya, Raiden.
It better not be Ronda Rousey as Sonya. I'm sorry.
No.
Whatever. I didn't care much for like the voice actor because I don't play with Sonya that much, so I'm not gonna notice it. But
Jessica McName.
They're gonna have Ronda Rousey as fucking Raiden.
The actress playing Sonya is Jessica McName.
Who?
it's gonna be directed by Simon McQuaid.
She was in The Meg, Chips, The Vow, and Battle of the Sexes. Those are the four top
the Meg.
top titles.
Whoa.
The Meg.
Gonna be Liu Kang. He was in that Power Rangers reboot.
Who?
Ludi Lin. He was the Asian dude who played the Black Ranger in.
Oh yeah, he was a good actor.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He was he's real enigmatic. Like he's pretty good. Like he has fun. Mecca Brooks. He is Matthew Applewhite in the second season of ABC's Desperate Housewives. Jerome in The Game.
Raiden is
Where are they gonna have this super old dude as fucking?
Who's writing? Who's
Scorpion.
writing?
he
Oh,
was Hogun in the Thor movies.
Ronda Rousey
Shit.
as Raiden?
No,
No, she was
it's Tadambo Asano is the actor. He was in
King?
Battleship.
on. Okay. I mean, at least they're getting like Asian actors to play some of these people. Jessica McNamee is an Australian actress. She rose to fame.
Louis Tan as Johnny Cage.
Shinhan.
Johnny
Yeah.
Cage.
Let's see who else we got. We got Sub-Zero, Bihan. So the second Sub-Zero. No, wait, no. Bihan is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Jaka in the 2001 film The Raid, and
Oh,
Ja.
He was in the Raid. This man
The guy-
can do the job.
He could do it because that would be really cool with martial arts. Yo, I'm kind of excited.
Josh Lawson. Where were you on? Little Death, 11 o'clock. Anchorman 2.
Oh, but speaking of which, didn't they release the original film versions of some of the Mortal Kombat characters? And
So we got fucking Sonya, Johnny
Josh
Cage, and Raiden.
Chin Han as Shang.
Yo, Joe Taslim? Isn't he the fucking the guy that's like the brother?
Yeah.
Or, yeah. So he wasn't really the one that was doing the stunt moves.
No.
No.
Well, he was in a bunch of other movies. No, he was probably one of the he probably had to throw down a couple because he was also in it says Fast and Furious, one of the Fast and Furious.
6.
But yeah, they released skins in 11 for Raiden, Sonya, and Johnny based off of their actors from the original movie.
That shit's
They got
hilarious.
Yuki Sanada as Scorpion. Yo, did you ever see him in the
No.
Wolverine in 47 Ronin?
No.
Was he was the guy, right? In
Yeah, he
Wolverine?
was the Silver Samurai.
Yeah.
He was the old guy. Yeah, he became the old guy. He was like the young dude, but but they also aged him up for the old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
And
he's
his voice
pretty old
actor-
already.
Well, I mean, he looks old, kind of, but
He's
like
60 something.
I mean,
dude.
but he looks young. Asians look young. All the Asian actors seem to look young.
He looks like he's 60.
He's gonna be behind a mask, Joey. Who gives a fuck?
He's gonna have a stunt actor.
Shin Han. Why don't they have the original guy who like your soul is mine? Like,
Dude,
where-
have you seen him?
Okay, but it doesn't matter because Shang Tsung is supposed to look old at first. They could just age
Yeah,
him.
but they have to age him down.
Okay, but you know what? He was really good in the game. When I saw it, I was like, that was the only reason I bought Shang Tsung, because I was like, I could give two shit about Shang Tsung since Marvel versus DC or Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
He
Because
does all the lines.
and I was like, he's like, your soul is mine. And I'm like, yeah. And then they brought Rain in. Do you think they're gonna bring Reptile and Smoke in?
Nah, it's too many.
No, they're gonna keep it to the main
Y'all are assholes.
recognizable
Hey,
characters.
do you think Josh Lawson is gonna be?
Y'all are
I know
assholes.
all your moves, Sonya.
No,
Oh,
they don't know that.
Sonya.
Josh Lawson.
I know
So-
all your moves.
See,
Who the fuck
and
is
it's
she?
wait, time out. Who's the studio?
It's Warner Brothers.
Well, if Warner Bros. Puts down, no, the production companies, New Line Cinema. Okay, if New Line Cinema put and NetherRealm Studios, if they put down the money to make the moves look good, it's gonna be a pretty good movie. Because some of the shit from the original was like when they did their little like get over here, like that shit looked dumb. But at the same time, it's it's whatever. It's just one of those things where I'm gonna have to see how it looks when it comes in. Oh my god. Fucking ASMR Pikachu by the patio.
Hell yeah, dude!
I don't know what
This
the
is
hell
a
that is.
This is officially from the Pokemon Company. They uploaded it to their
Hey,
YouTube channel.
One.
They uploaded it to their YouTube channel, and it's just fucking what? How long is this? 15-minute video of Pikachu
I'm not gonna
just
watch
hanging out.
I'm not gonna watch this fucking trash. I can't let
He's playing ball.
He's playing ball, but it's
Like,
ASMR. I'm sorry.
2.5 minutes in, he's just tossing the ball back and forth.
No, I know. I skipped around that point. I'm at the 3 minute. He's like Pika P, and now he's running around.
For 3 minutes, he just sleeps.
No, I hear him. I hear him on the left side. He's fucking shit up in my house.
He's
he
sneaking
broke
through your
the thing.
windows. He's snatching your
Breaking
people
the thing.
up.
Is this supposed to be entertaining? This is anxiety inducing.
He sleeps for like 5 minutes, Ricardo.
Ricky, what the fuck are you showing us?
The ASMR.
Oh, he's asleep.
Or she. I haven't seen to tell.
No, it's a
Oh, it's
boy.
Oh, he's all up in the face now. It's cute. Okay, I regret. Never mind. I regret saying it to Ricky. This is actually kind of cute. But yeah, shit's looking up for. I mean, I remember when I took Noah to the Sonic movie, I was like, whatever.
Oh,
The
dude.
Sonic movie is so good.
This is gonna be a kids movie. I'm not gonna have high expectations. I could give two shits. I'm just taking it because Noah's interested. And then my mom and Ariana came, and we all laughed. It was very good. It was so funny, and
We all laughed. We all enjoyed our time.
no, yeah, exactly. We all enjoyed it. Like, and we were all different age groups. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. It was fun. Like, especially that turtle part at the starting. He's like, "All right, buddy, let's keep this between you and me." And the turtle's like, I went too fast. And then all the references, that crazy dude with the fucking bad Sonic drawing, the
Sanic.
dog, the Sanic, the chili dog reference, the little speed, and the final fight with him and Eggman. It was so good. I was like, I have hope for video game movies now. Or like not just video game movies, just nerd shit movies.
We got that with like Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Detective Pikachu was great, but I was like, I don't think they're ever going to recreate that. So then when you saw
those Pokemon did kind of look creepy.
Well,
I mean, they're Pokemon. Like, how are they supposed to look?
Those were all. They were gonna try to do a blend of realistic, but still not too realistic.
Perfect. People said they were creeped out by Mr. Mime. I thought he was
No,
perfect.
Mr. Mime was great.
Amazing.
You were like,
I'm talking about Apom.
Well, Apom's a fucking monkey with a hand for a tail. Like, monkeys are creepy, bro.
He's an asshole.
He is. The Charizard looked intimidating. The fucking Jigglypuff, people were saying Jigglypuff looked creepy. I'm like, Jigglypuff looked fine. It looked just like Jigglypuff. Like, what did you expect?
Hungry Box.
When they had Mewtwo, I didn't think that. I didn't think Mewtwo was gonna be in the movie. But yeah, I'm excited for that shit. But then I was like, there's no way that other than Pokemon, anybody else is gonna capture that. Then I saw Sonic and I saw the first design. I was like, I have no hope. Then I saw the new design and I was like, whatever. And they kind of changed the story, didn't they? Because like the original Sonic sounded more serious in the trailer than like the newer one. I don't know if it was like a new actor.
No, it was always the same guy. It was
Yeah.
always fucking John
They were
Ralphio.
Yeah, but the original one was like when
It was John Ralphio.
But oh yeah, I know that. But like when the original one, his lines were more like
Oh, he probably
his lines
went
were
back.
more like- yeah, exactly. His lines were like basically, I came to your planet to find the rings, and it's like okay, like I couldn't get past the design, but I was like, I'll give this a chance. And then when people were backlashing it, I was like, yeah, I feel the same. And then when they showed the new trailer, I was like, oh wow, this is cool. And then the last part of Eggman, people were saying Jim Carrey was too much. He was fine.
Jim Carrey was amazing.
He was so good. Remember that guy, his assistant? He was just there
Yeah.
behind him randomly when he's dancing. You're like, what were you doing? Oh, sir, I got your vegan salad.
Your latte.
Yeah, and it's like, now get out of me. And he just danced. And he's so crazy. And at the end, what was the thing? Rock Connaissance. And he like shaves his head. I was like, that's perfect. He's probably gonna get fat from all the mushrooms he ate.
Oh yeah.
Rock Connaissance. That was perfect.
He's gonna turn into an egg.
Sonic, man.
Oh,
Hey,
such a
man.
good movie.
We got confirmation of Tails for the sequel.
When does that come out?
Fucking I don't know.
All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Ligaton was kind of weird.
Which one?
Ligaton. Ligaton.
The whooping tongue?
Ligaton.
Oh, Lickitung. Ludicolo was alright.
Ludicolo was hilarious.
He runs a coffee shop.
He does. And he spazzes out.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
I was hoping for more variety in that movie.
Psyduck was great. Psyduck was great.
Psyduck was the best.
I was hoping for more variety in that movie, but at the same time, I understand why there's only like fucking 15 Pokemon in the whole movie.
Oh, there's so many Pokemon that if we tried to explain the Bulbasaurs.
No, the fucking the what are they called? The mushrooms
Oh, the floating mushroom, they're like
That-
a fairy
that-
type.
that turn into a Mungus. Or that's not it.
A fungus or whatever.
No,
I forgot what it was. No, I know what you're talking about. I forgot their name.
The lowland ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot, but I know what you're talking about. Because I remember Noah had a card from the pack with them.
More lol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
they're supposed to be like aliens.
Yeah. Spores.
Well, to be fair, aren't like a lot of Pokemon like Deoxys is an alien.
Yeah.
It came from
Well,
a meteorite.
it's a virus.
It came
that-
from a meteorite. It's an alien virus.
Yeah. No, but like if you look at its evolution,
Well, technically, all Pokemon are aliens because Mews came from space and they all
Mhm.
transformed into the current Pokemon.
Mhm.
well, they were implanted by Arceus. they
Oh,
were
yeah,
brought
because
in-
Arceus is God,
yeah.
which doesn't make sense to me why you'd be able to capture it. Because at that point, wouldn't it be able to control that?
Yeah, that
At that point, wouldn't Arceus be able to control you? Because
no.
wouldn't that make you a Pokemon? Because it's God.
Well, that region specifically talks about how at some point humans were Pokemon that evolved into humans.
Or wouldn't it, like some of the psychic Pokemon supposed to be like? There was like one entry where like one
It's
kid woke
Kadabra.
up and it became Kadabra randomly, or that some of them were supposed to be like Drowsy and Hypno were supposed to be humans that just became Pokemon from. And there was that whole, scary
Yeah,
theory, like
no, like Shiinotic specifically is supposed to look like a alien though.
I don't know. I saw an iceberg on this shit, and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
much to think. Icebergs are crazy. I've been watching those videos too.
Fucking Breloom. No, not Breloom.
The N64 like icebergs, just like the Ocarina of Time, or just the Mario one, like the Mario 64 ones.
Drifloon. Takes the fucking kids away. God, what's that? What's that? Thump. The little stump.
Yeah, Phantom.
Oh yeah, the little
Phantom.
stump that's supposed to be kids. They're like
That were taken away.
they went lost in the woods or something,
Yeah.
and then there's that other one that becomes the sarcophagus that was the first form of it. That was supposed to be like the face was when it was human.
Yamask.
Yeah,
Yamask.
it's like
Ooh,
it's like
man. And
yeah,
then
it's
you
like
get,
the face on the mask was supposed to be when it was a human.
and then you
like,
get to Runerigas and the Galarian Yamask,
Mm-hmm.
where
and
it's
then you
like,
get to like Regigigas, and you're like, this is what made the world, and you're like, okay, why can I capture it? Like, why can I capture Groudon and Kyogre and
Well,
Rayquaza,
Re- Re-
who made the
Regigigas
sky?
Regigigas isn't the one that made the world. He's the one that moved the continent.
Yeah, he moves the continents. Groudon makes the continents with the lava. Kyogre made the ocean. Rayquaza made the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And like, how can I capture those? What the fuck? Like, and then
There's
Professor
like, so
Oak,
many of them instead of just
Samuel Oak made a Pokeball from when he was like 16 or something. Or
Yeah.
13.
I thought that was what's his face?
Celebi lets them travel through time.
And there's multiple Celebes.
Mm-hmm.
And also, well, yeah,
And
because
there's
of
that
time
Pichu that
travel.
traveled with Celebi for like the longest time.
Oh, and
Yeah,
then
like a year.
what's that one?
Yeah.
Giratina can travel through different parallel universes and dimensions. It just gets fucking crazy. And then Dialga and Palkia
Dialga.
control space and time together.
Well, yeah, they're part of the creation trio.
Like, what the fuck? How can you capture those? That shouldn't be possible.
Well,
When you're a 10-year-old kid, anything is possible.
No, but like, does that mean that Pokeballs just have their own like pocket dimension that can just hold any fucking being? Does that mean that they
Basically.
can also hold humans?
I mean,
Do
they
you
hold
wanna-
food.
do you want to go into the full fucking iceberg that like?
No, I don't. That's why it's.
Did you play Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire?
Yes.
Did you beat the Delta episode?
Yeah.
The stuff with Rayquaza?
No.
No. So in that whole section, there's a meteor coming down that's gonna hit the planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Hey, using the technology for the fucking ultimate weapon from X and Y that fucking wiped out all of Pokemon from the world at some point, we are able to open up wormholes, and we're gonna send the meteor into another alternate universe, right?"
Oh, fuck up their dimension.
And that's when what's her name, Dracia or something like that, the dragon trainer.
Yeah.
She's like, you can't do that. First off, the wormhole generator is called the link cable,
Get
and
the fuck out of here.
basically
Eat a dick, Ricky.
the dragon trainer shows up and is like, yeah, you're gonna send it into an alternate world, but then that planet's gonna get wiped out. And it basically ends up describing that every single game of Pokemon, like every cartridge itself, is its own separate universe.
Eat a dick, Ricky.
But that's just a theory.
It's not though, because it's literally spelled out to you.
Theory.
It's technically
Well,
like
thank you
if
for
you're talking
joining
about
us
the
on
concept
today's
of
episode
string
of
theory, that's
Teamcast.
true. Every
Yeah.
new game you make is a whole other timeline.
Yeah, they basically straight up tell you like every single game is its own separate pocket universe, and that
Oh, but there was also a Pokemon War that was made by nuclear bombs that ended up making all the
Well,
Pokemon and aliens and
that's in the anime, but this one, what you get for the Pokemon War is the whole X and Y Ultimate Weapon thing that wiped out all the Pokemon at some point,
Mm-hmm.
and is the reason why Mega Evolutions are a thing, because it created a Mega Energy.
that like the Pokemon that some Pokemon can harness.
Yeah,
Or technically all can harness, but for the moment, only the certain Pokemon can harness.
yeah, and then now you got fucking,
And then there was Z-moves, but we don't talk about that.
and then now you have a fucking Eternity Energy with fucking uh Sword and Shield that lets Pokemon Dynamax.
Fuck you, Ricky. I'm not getting into this shit. Eat a dick.
Hey man,
I don't
for
make
as
the
much
rules, bro. That's what they are.
for as much shit as like recent Pokemon games have gotten, when you start getting into like the nitty gritty lore
Yeah.
wise, there's some shit in there that I
Yeah.
really enjoy.
There's a lot of iceberg shit. Like when I saw the Mario 64 one, I'm like, I didn't fucking know that shit. What the fuck? Like it's with like shit within the code.
Yeah,
Ever since that Nintendo leak. Especially with the Zelda icebergs. It like opened up a whole new realm of
how
like
Luigi was in the code, but he's not
yeah.
in the game.
Yeah. And it's like they were supposed to originally make a 2-player version, but they just could never get it to work.
L is real.
Because like
That was real.
to get
L is real.
get one Mario, just to get one player going in the world was already taking the cartridge to its max.
Yeah.
But putting 2 players in it would have just like chopped it too much that it would have just been like unplayable. And the whole like little things where I didn't think about where I'm like, yeah, why was that submarine in that one level? Why were those doors weirdly brick in that one area? And it's like, oh, Bowser came through the submarine and into the castle and broke through that door, and Princess Peach is in the stained glass, and it turns out the Mario game was made by the FBI to control the youth. And it's like, okay, this iceberg's getting too meta. I'm good. Don't the Animaniacs talk about how they created the meta?
I don't think I got that far. I only saw
No,
a few episodes.
the theme song. How they're talking about how people online talk shit about them, but they were the
Oh
ones who created the meta.
yeah. They're
And it was like, I mean, they're not wrong.
yeah,
Because
they're
that's all
like
their show was. They were making fun of like the real world.
yeah.
They're like so self-aware that they themselves were memes.
It's during that whole bit of like
They all asked us to come back, but
Yeah.
some people were like,
Well, it's like-
Animaniacs weren't shit.
gender neutral and all that stuff.
Mhm.
They're like, yeah, fanboys are gonna blow a
Talk shit.
gasket, talk shit, and say that we ruined it, but we created the meta. So
Yeah,
by us calling them out, it
it actually
becomes
is
the
their
meta
plan.
reference. Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, bro. I think the last one I stopped at was the Olympics one.
Oh,
where they
dude, that
beat that
episode's great.
And the subtitles are even funny. Where when he's talking, it's this vaguely Scandinavian accent, and I'm like, what?
He's fucking he's fucking Arnold.
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger.
exactly. And like, then
He's like,
Pinky the
no,
Brain,
I'm the greatest.
I am
athlete.
the greatest. Duh."
I'm the greatest athlete.
And then I think like, what was it? Yeah, and then the dragon said, Adrian, I did it.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love that show so much. I'm glad that they brought it because it is just like a good way to end 2020. Just Animaniacs, fuck it. Like they're like, fuck it, just throw it out there. And let them be self-aware. Because what other way would you do the Animaniacs? They were always self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
And they made fun of it, and like all this that they make fun of, it's like relevant. It's so relevant. It's great. Yeah, Joe, you gotta watch that, dog.
I will before the end of the year.
Oh yeah,
Have you-
speaking of which, I gotta think of time to start watching the Rebuild series, where I'll watch like one movie a day or something. And I'll stream it so that y'all can catch up with me, because I'm trying to The
Get
end of
ready.
Evangelion.
Mm-hmm.
They push it back again. I don't
Have
think
you
they're going to.
have you watched that Queen's Gambit show?
Chess?
Yeah, chess.
No.
The what?
Queen's
It's a
Gambit.
chess game. It's a TV series on Netflix.
Yeah.
It has that chick from Split.
Well, she was in the New Mutants.
Never watched it,
Uh,
but I know for a fact that she was in Split. So
yeah,
that's how I
she
know.
was in Split. Yeah, she was in
Yeah,
Split.
yeah. So she was the
Is it the one with the eyes too wide apart?
It's the one with what's his face and the
I'm sorry. That's the only I could think of when I saw the movie Split, and she was her first main character. Like, damn, girl, your eyes are a little too wide. What the fuck? Sid from Ice Age looking at him.
She
Calm down.
she has huge ass eyes.
she does.
No, but see, here it is. Her width isn't as bad as Taylor Swift's, where it's like if Taylor Swift didn't have makeup, you wouldn't notice. You would totally notice how wide apart her eyes are, and like her forehead's kind of off. I'm sorry, it's just like people always tell me like how cute she is and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, oh she kind of cute. Oh, okay. I don't know. I maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a dumbass.
But that's just a theory.
A game theory. Thanks for watching. I tried watching them again. I don't know. Matt Pat has just kind of like soured on me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he still has good theories. Then they did film theory, and some of those are good too. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly. Like her hair is fine, but then when you see the eyes, it's like, why are they so wide apart? And it's like it's not even like they're bad eyes. They still look good on her. But you're
Yeah.
like, damn. Like, and then I saw like old pictures of like Taylor Swift, and you're like, keep those in the yearbook, babe. I may sound like a misogynist, but
Yeah. Now that show, fucking good.
is
We
it just
binged-
about chess, or it's like
So it's um she was raised in an orphanage from like age 10 after her mom fucking committed suicide and by driving into traffic while she was in the car with her.
oh, try to
She,
kill
she
them
wanted
both?
she wanted the end of Genkai, dude. That's all she wanted to do.
No, she is literally like, I'm sorry, and then drives into traffic, and I was like, oh, all right then. And
Weird way to say sorry.
it's like it starts off I think in the 60s, and in the orphanage they would give them fucking like tranquilizer to keep all the kids calm. And she
As they
gets
do
like,
today, yeah.
and like when she would take them, she would hallucinate, and after she runs into they send her to go clean the erasers from the chalkboard down in the basement, and there's a chessboard down there because the janitor hangs out down there and he plays chess by himself. She starts visualizing chess and becomes like this fucking prodigy at chess from like age 10, and she just becomes this like amazing chess player. But at the same time, she's like dealing with the addiction with the fucking tranquilizers, and it's just like her life just kind of spirals. Meanwhile, she is climbing the fucking like
Ladder.
chess social ladder and becoming one of the greatest chess players of all time.
What people don't know about the chess world is the rush, the
That's
addiction.
oh, dude, you joke, but like,
No, I'm not joking. It's pretty like up there. Like there's some dudes who play chess. They're like they're geniuses, but geniuses often dive into like drug abuse and shit.
yeah, that's her deal. She's like a fucking genius at chess,
Because
but
you have to like break the mental chain somehow to like tap into like some of that like crazy energy to like you have to make moves that no one would ever think of. In order to get to that state, you kind of have to like be at a point where you're doing drugs or something.
yeah. So that's
I mean,
the
not
initial
everybody, but
show.
you know, yeah, some people like that's exactly why like some people have mental illness are geniuses, or like some people who like they just certain artists like they went through hardships and it made it like broke their psyche and it made them think outside the box.
Yeah, so like we ended up binging the whole show other than the last episode that we had to end the night like on the last episode. So, but up to that point, the show's fucking great, and it says season 1, so I'm assuming they might make a season 2. It's not just
I've
like a
been
mini series, but
Oh,
at
I
the same
see.
time,
Series.
it's only like 7 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, a lot of series are like that. Like I've been watching Fargo and it's like 10 episodes less sometimes
Yeah,
every season, and that's pretty damn good.
yeah. So, I recommend the show. It's fucking great.
Salty Bros recommendations of the week. Hey, when are y'all gonna finish the Chimera Ant arc so we can talk about it?
When Reed decides to finish it.
Did you finish it?
Shut up.
Yeah,
I've
I
watched
still have it.
I've been watching other things, unfortunately.
You know, when it finished, there's still a bunch of other episodes. I've been watching recently, Over the Moon for You,
Mm-hmm.
or it's called Fly Me to the Moon. I don't know, whatever the fuck it is.
Fly me to the moon.
Oh, they're gonna keep going. Anyways,
No,
it's
do you want Joey to get DNCA striked?
No, I mean if you're singing, it's a freaking.
it's so
That
off
makes
tune
sense.
that it works.
It's a cover. It's a cover.
It's a cover. There
Fly me to the moon.
I've been trying to watch Lupin the Third again.
Oh, dude, so good.
Because that was like one of the original anime series I would see on TV in Spanish for some reason. And I was like, okay, whatever. He's a spy. He's cool. This girl's smoking weed. It's great. And the detective dude who's always the investigator guy who's always trying to get him always has
Yeah.
the worst luck and always
He's-
end up either saving him or like just being used by him. And you're like,
He's one step behind every single fucking time.
every time. And sometimes he's like one step ahead, but then Lupin outsmarts him. And like Lupin is one of the greatest characters in anime, straight up.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how like charming he is, and there's no one else like him. They could always try and make like a character like Lupin the Third, but no. And the music and the animation is so damn good. Like I don't know how to like even the newer movies. That's the reason I wanted to rewatch it, because I heard about the newer movies are good, and I was like, I kind of want to watch the series because I never fully watched it all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah. The what's that show called? Whatever. The Fly Me to the Moon or Over the Moon for You.
Yeah.
Great. Fucking great. I saw the first half of Burn the Witch, the first episode of the 3-part thing, and
Yeah.
it was good, but I didn't finish it, so I want to finish that. I also want to start reading Baki, the manga, but my friend said that's going to be a thing, so he's going to try and get together like the order.
I haven't really watched anime other than I watched Burn the Witch because 3 episodes, and then I've been only really watching Haikyuu because Haikyuu's great and it's in like the last season, I think, and then fucking Attack on Titan starts on Monday.
Fuck, I gotta catch up to part 3. I didn't see any of part 3.
Oh, dude.
The first episode aired and I was watching halfway through and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till it's over, then I'll binge it. Then they're like, oh, it's only part 1, so you should wait till part 2's done, and then part 2 finished, and I was like, I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah.
Now it's that eventually I should watch it.
Yeah.
Cause I remember when me and Jumpo watched season 2, we were like, whoa! When he fought and that one colossal titan turned to a skeleton and went down to fall onto them, Jumpo was like, there it's falling! And it was going down and it ends right before it hits them both. And I was like, yo, this is fucked. And Jumpo was like, I don't know what happens. Go. Next episode.
Oh yeah. That next season, I'm kind of iffy on the new art style because they got a new
studio.
New studio for the last season.
I saw like the promotional art. I didn't think it looked that much different, but I could see like certain effects, like lighting effects and shit that look a little different.
I mean, it's a little of like the character designs themselves, and also getting used to the characters now looking completely different because they're aged up. Because there's a fucking time skip.
What?
Going into this season, there's a time skip, so everyone looks completely different.
It's crazy how like before second season, I read the manga because the whole thing about the second season was they had no material really for the manga.
Yeah,
And when I read it, it was up to like the ape titan, and season 2 barely touches that shit.
yeah,
And then when at the end of it, I'm like, no, but the manga was past this. What are you talking about? They were waiting for this shit. Like, what the fuck?
yeah.
They
Oh, I
even
meant,
used some of the side chapters as an episode with the small titan.
oh yeah. And I just remembered. I also watched a bit of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that to finish because
Yeah.
I saw some of the manga and I was like, this looks exciting. Oh, there's been also rumors that on the next Chainsaw Man chapter that they're gonna make an announcement for either an anime or film.
Well, the anime's already announced.
No, I know, but like, I
Oh,
guess
like a date?
yeah, like a legit date and like studio and more details. Like
They
they're
should,
gonna announce that shit in the next chapter, apparently.
they should give it to Mappa. Mappa's been fucking like killing it. Um, like since they started, because they're a relatively new studio, but everything they've done so far has been fucking great. They did Torehodoro. They're doing uh uh they're doing something that's airing right now. Uh, I think they're doing Jujutsu Kaisen. Um, but yeah, like everything they've done so far is fucking great. Let me check what exactly they've been working on right now.
They did a new Dororo
Yeah, the
or the
Dororo,
Dororo.
the
Yo,
the Dororo.
that was pretty good. They did a God of High School.
They did Zombieland Saga.
Yeah, they did Jujutsu.
Yeah,
Kaisen.
they're
They're
doing
doing the Attack of Titan as well.
yeah, they're doing the new Attack on Titan. So yeah, it's mainly the new character designs that's been getting me.
Well, they seem like a pretty good, competent animation studio because those
Yeah.
animes have pretty good animation.
Yeah, so
I mean, time will tell, really.
if
With
they're
Chainsaw Man, if they're doing that,
if
if
they're
they, yeah,
yeah, if they're doing Chainsaw Man, it's fucking great.
Chainsaw Man
They're,
has just like a unique animation that.
they're doing fucking the Yuri on Ice movie.
Oh God, there's a movie for it.
It's a prequel. It's
Oh,
on the older Yuri when he was younger.
oh, okay.
Uh, is it Yuri? I don't know. It's the older guy. The
He is. Yeah.
amazing guy.
Mhm. When the
Hey.
fuck are they gonna do a fucking Spy Family? They've been talking about the anime possibly coming through. All these people on forums are saying it's gonna happen, and no animation. Like, God damn it! Just
I don't know, man.
that would be so good.
I mean, like that started at around the same time as Jujutsu Kaisen. So soon, right?
I
Like,
mean, Jahi-sama. When people say I don't think it's gonna get anime for a while because it's done independently by like one dude, fine. But like a lot of those are done. Like One Punch Man, the reason it got like so quick is because not only was it done by a dude and people were impressed by that, it was also like it just got so much appeal quick.
yeah.
And Spy Family, I've been seeing a lot of memes with it and like a bunch of community shit with it. So I'm like, if people know about it.
You mean the Spy Next Door, right?
No, shut up. Anyway, the Way of the House Husband, dude, the Yakuza House Husband guy, that one, have you guys read the manga for that?
No, but they already announced the anime.
It's for Netflix. I
Yeah.
was just watching it. It's gonna be funny. It's so good. I read it I haven't
Oh.
caught up yet, but like I'm a few chapters back. But everything I've seen so far has just been so good and funny. Like they go like a little shopping sale, and he gets like one of his like juniors from his Yakuza days to help him.
Yeah.
And then he's all like, "Oh, I only grabbed what I could, boss." And they're like, "What the fuck? I can't even use this shit. Like, what the fuck am I? What the fuck I have you for?" It's like Yakuza shit over like shirts and blouses that he wanted for his wife on sale. And it's like he's like learning about cleaning. He has like he's like, "Oh, I gotta bring in a ringer. Gotta bring in a ringer. Guy, gotta bring in a outside help for this shit." And it's like a Roomba for his carpet.
I saw a panel that was like he's shopping at the grocery store and he goes up to a lady like, "Hey, you got some of that good white stuff?"
Yeah, exactly. You got some of that good shit.
And the clerk is just looking at him like, "Oh, sir, we don't sell that." And some lady walks by. I think he means flour.
And then he's like, "Oh, you got. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Okay." Like, he's like talking like a drug.
I mean, Spy Family is only like 37 chapters in. That's like a season's worth. They're probably waiting for
To
there
maybe
to be
have-
more.
It's just I already made the girl on there one of my top waifus. She's so good. I'm a
The-
weak man, boys.
You're a weeaboo. That's what you are.
Cause I'm a weeaboo. A fucking weeaboo.
yeah, it's only 37 chapters, dude. You got to
Whoa.
give it time.
How many chapters is fucking Chainsaw Man? Like what, 95 or something?
Yeah, 95 exactly.
Yeah, that's like what for like that's enough for like a movie. Okay.
No, that's enough for like
There's a
few
lot of
seasons.
stuff they can skip. There's a lot they can skip for a movie, and they're talking about an anime. Where is a spy? Sorry, it's just I'm very passionate because I like the bond between her and her dog. Bond, it's so cute, and not only that, it's like they always sporadically, recently have been releasing chapters. Some of the chapters aren't even chapters; they're just little coloring, like 2-page coloring things, and you're like, I don't give a fuck about this. Just give me more content. I want an anime for it. God damn it! The little girl's so cute. I'm sorry. She's so funny. She's a psychic and she's like, oh, what was it? There was one panel where the guy is trying to tell him because it's like the brother, the little brother of the girl playing the mom, right?
Yeah.
And he's trying to tell him like you gotta go for it all. Give it your all and stuff for the whole enchilada, right?
Yeah.
And she forgot what he said. And he said, "It's all right. I'm going for the swole chihuahua." And it was a really buff chihuahua in her thought. And it was like stupid. Like, what the fuck? Don't worry. My knowledge is going to bring the whole swole chihuahua. It's like, you fucking dumbass. It's so good. And it's so cute. And also, her little friend is like real sassy and gaudy. And oh my God, she's so funny. She's in love with her dad character who's like this dude. Like, there's a spy who acts super tough, but she's like very girly because she's in love with the dad. And she's like, I should be the one who plays your wife. And it's like so good. All the characters are great. Every single character they've introduced, even the schoolmaster, this like dude who only shows up like maybe once every couple chapters. And he looks like a butler. He's so great. He's like, oh, of course, I knew you wouldn't let me down. And it's like, you have a misunderstanding, bro. They don't give a fuck who you are.
I didn't know that the guys that created Death Note have a new manga. And I just skimmed through the first chapter. Bro, that shit is fucking crazy.
What is it about?
It's called Platinum End, and it's about a guy who, at the very beginning, attempts suicide by jumping off his school building, and then he gets saved by an angel. He is literally
Angel or
yeah, like a legit angel, a legit angel. He gets touched by this angel,
and
and
where on the doll did the angel touch him?
in the chest.
Oh, that's gross. Fucking degenerate. That's angels.
But it gives him angel powers. And he's able to influence other people, and he ends up asking his aunt and uncle, because his parents died,
Oh.
if they were the ones that killed his parents, and they said, "Yeah, we did. We were hired to kill them."
What are you gonna do about it?
No, he because when he influences people, he can actually make them do things that he tells them to. So he tells them to kill themselves,
Oh,
and
totally
that's
not like Death
that's
Note. He
that's
had to write that down in a
yeah.
notebook. Yeah.
And okay, there's a spread at the end, and the spread at the end is very Ava-esque.
It's not. You're fucking lying. Nothing's Ava-esque except for Ava.
How do you do a screenshot?
Like, you do print screen. Print PRTSC.
Your
It's
cheat
like,
screen.
it's like near the F12 button usually.
Yeah, I got it. You
And
have
then
to
you go
control print screen, right?
Yeah, and then you click and you can paste it. Or you probably have to put it to paint and then paste it and then save it as. Or you can do snipping tool.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, you go to search and put snip and you should see snipping tool, then you click new and then you highlight the area you want to make and then you can paste that.
Or you know what? I can just copy image.
Or that.
Let me see if it
Let me see if it's a paste. Let's get the Evangelion expert to see if it's Evangelion-esque. That's what you're saying, right?
I don't know if
it's a screen share.
it won't let me. Okay, yeah, that's probably a lot easier.
He's like, actually, shit. That's me. Let me see. Okay, because it's a weird figure in the middle of the universe with a bunch of angel-looking motherfuckers. Okay, I have to be happy.
It's
Yes,
Gorilla
okay.
God.
Alien-esque type. Okay, you got me there, buddy. That was pretty Ava.
Yeah. And angels are coming down from heaven. You have 990 days remaining.
It's like Devilman and
I think this is
well, Devilman Crybaby was very Evangelion-esque, anyways.
I think this is a battle royale between angels.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think this is a battle royale amongst angels. You have 909 days remaining.
Platinum End. It's a
Yeah,
dumb name. You know what's a better name? Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
That is a way better name for this. And also, he should be in a mech and have father issues and be totally depressed. Kaiju, I want to watch too. I want to watch.
Kaiju number 8.
Yeah, I want to. I've been seeing now on the little manga things I've been reading, and it's that one. And let me see. There's this other one that I have not actually like read, but I have it. Oh, they're right there. Magu-chan, God Destruction. I think you would like that. I like it. The one with the girl with the squid on her. It's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a girl or boy, but it's pretty damn good. The monster thing, but let me see. My favorites. This one. 'Tis Time for Torture Princess. I have
All
that
right,
saved
then.
as well. No, I know it sounds weird, but it's literally like she's going to torture, but it's like a comedy type thing. I don't know. There's a lot.
So I heard about this one. And have you heard about this?
Yeah, I've heard about that. I haven't actually read it. I don't know what the plot is. I just heard that it's cool.
So
just
it's
like Mashal or Mashley or whatever the fuck that magician one is where he's buff.
It's a what am I thinking?
What the fuck is that microwave? Is that his time machine?
Did you never fucking watch Steins Gate?
I'm not gonna fucking humor the thought that a microwave.
You never watched Steins Gate?
No.
No? Because this is Steins Gate right here, man.
Get the fuck out of here.
So
what kind of bullshit is that?
In Steins Gate, it's a great show. Super slow start. Like,
why is the plate clean but everything else dirty? That doesn't make sense to me.
Because it takes the grime into the past.
That still doesn't make sense, but whatever. Keep going.
So, right here, what it is the guy gets a hold of an issue of Shonen Jump from the future and decides he's gonna plagiarize the top comic and become a wealthy writer,
And
right?
get pussy.
She's the original writer from the future in the current time, but she wrote
Oh,
this in
she's
the
the one who
future.
ends up. Yeah, she's the one who writes it in the future, but he's
Yeah,
taking the story, and she's probably realizing he's taking my story.
she's like, how the fuck does he know my
And
story?
so she's like, I gotta suck his dick to find out.
I don't know if it goes that far, but
But it goes pretty close.
I haven't really read it. I just heard a synopsis of it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty interesting.
You know,
I
that's funny.
get
I had a similar time machine where I'm kidding. I'm not gonna. We never learned it's good. It was pretty good anime. Oh look, Spy Family chapter 37. Great.
it.
Wait, do they have tis time for Torture Princess?
Is that Shonen Jump? Because it's all Shonen Jump.
Yeah, it was on Manga Plus, and Manga Plus has a lot of Shonen Jump stuff.
Uh,
Oh yeah, you paid for this, huh? It's like
yeah,
you paid for it, yeah.
it's $1.
Cool, buddy. Way to tell me about the deals that I don't need to fucking know about. Okay, I'll go, Ricky. Just God, just wait.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I'm using a Manga Plus, but then again, they also it is late.
yeah.
No,
No,
there should be
this
there.
this is day and date. Um,
Simon, yeah, right there. Mashal. I have it saved, but I just haven't read it. My right to the left with the guy with the
all right,
where
here,
he's like Harry Potter, but he's just super buff.
buff Harry Potter.
It's literally that. Like the whole thing is that he's supposed to use magic, but he's just really buff.
So he uses force.
Yeah,
Is this
but he's so
reversed?
buff. He's like so buff that they think it's magic.
So this is reverse fucking Mob Psycho.
Yeah, exactly. It's like legit. He's just super buff, and people are like, "Oh, I guess that's some form of magic."
I don't see the one that you're talking about.
Is there a search?
Let me see. So what was it? Torture
Uh,
Princess?
torture. Tis time for torture. Let me see. That's what it says on this thing, and
The torture.
it's
There's Tokyo Ghoul.
oh, get the fuck out of here.
There's Bleach for torture.
Can you look at? Let me see.
The
Can you
nah,
look
dude.
like the artist or something?
Maybe.
Robinson Haruhara.
Nah.
Try googling. Tis time for torture, princess.
I'm gonna get some bullshit from now on.
No. Look. Oh, look, there it is. Great. Nothing suspicious. Oh, who's it by? Okay, what is Manga Plus? That's the app I use. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
Manga Plus has a bunch of Shonen Jump shit, so I thought it would be there.
I mean, if it has more than Shonen Jump, it's probably why it's not here.
But I haven't actually started reading it, but
Okay,
I saw a couple cells of it and it was really good.
there's Death Note, Assassination Classroom, Rosario Vampire, a shit ton of One Piece,
Yeah, they just put it up there now.
Claymore, Vertical World.
I started reading Claymore and I was like, I'm losing interest.
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh, dude, they're way behind. If they're fucking barely uploading Nisekoi, that shit ended like fucking 4 years ago.
Don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that ending. Bakuman's fucking great.
I remember watching the anime. I was like, eh. Maybe
Well, it's literally the story of the guys that made Death Note and the shit they had to go through
in high school.
in high school, or
And
like
all the
making their
weird
way.
and all the weird sexual shit he had for that one girl.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't.
Dr. Stone, I'm sorry. They were pushing that shit to me. Like Crunchyroll was like, Dr. Stone, Crunchyroll original. fuck yeah. And I was like, I'm not watching it because your fucking annoying ass advertisements for this shit are on every fucking YouTube video.
I liked Doctor Stone. I don't know how good it is to read Doctor Stone. Just
I know,
because,
like people tell me it's good. I just associated it with those annoying ads. I just don't want to watch it.
yeah.
Like I don't fucking care. And I know that it has good characters and it seems like the story's pretty damn great, but it's like I don't give a fuck.
Why is Boruto on here twice? Why is Dragon Ball here on twice?
Well, it's the 5 and 6 and
No, this is their hottest.
hey Ricky, why are you on their site? You have fucking Shonen Jump, asshole. Go.
As you told me.
I told you to look up that manga. I didn't tell you to fucking critique a fucking site I use. Butt
There it
face.
is. There it is. Look at it.
Oh, look, you're so cool with your on-time manga releases.
All right,
And
guys. Well, we're actually gonna, it's gonna be 11 o'clock.
2:00 for
I
me.
Yeah.
want to call it a night.
All right, you do that. You have work in the morning.
You have work in the morning. And let me tell Ricky right now, you're a fucking asshole, Ricky, rubbing it in with this shit. Oh, look how cool you are, Ricky. Oh, good, but you still haven't read oh, right there, Hell Warden Higuma. That looks pretty
Yeah.
good. I have that saved as well, but I haven't watched it. Oh, you're so cool, Ricky. Look at you.
Well, that does it for today's episode of the Doo Doo Cast. Appreciate everybody who came by. Y'all want to say bye, people?
Goodbye, people.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, oh shit, Dragon Ball Z. No, I'm not gonna fucking read this shit.